All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. We are live. We are live. We are live. What is up? What is up? What is up, guys? I just got back from Washington, D.C. today. Oh, man. Dude, that flight, man. Guys, I hate traveling, man. I truly hate traveling. People sit there and be like, oh, I think traveling's awesome. I fucking hate traveling with a passion, dude. It is the worst, man. It really is the worst. It's so fucking terrible, man. But yeah, I just got back today, guys, from DC. It was a good time. I was there with Tim Pool, Alex Stein, Eurodite, and some random chick named Kat Timpf or some shit like that. I don't fucking know her name. She's a fucking nobody, bro. She got so mad because I made fun of her and I said that she was a whore. And I guess her husband got pissed off. But he ain't do shit, though. So, you know what I mean? Another example of, like, when your wife talks too much shit and then puts you in a weird spot and makes you look like an idiot, that's precisely what happened to him. That's why I tell you guys all the time, bro. You got to keep your women in check. You got to keep your women in check. Now look at this guy. Looking like an idiot. His girl's over here talking a bunch of shit for no reason. I call her a whore. She looks stupid. He can't do nothing. And then they just got to leave. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So this is what happens when your girlfriend or your wife or whatever the fuck she is talks too much shit and makes you look like an idiot in the process. She couldn't even answer if he was the boss in the relationship. Oh, my God. Cooked, bro. Cooked. There's feminism for you. I'm telling you guys, these bitches that be on these shows, they'll sit there and be like, oh, yeah, like, I'm a lady. Like, I'm feminine. Bro, they're all undercover. They're fucking undercover feminists, man. Damn near every single one of these chicks is undercover feminist, bro. They pretend like they're not, but they are. They're abrasive. They're rude. They're loud. They're obnoxious. They think their opinion matters. They're fucking feminists, dude. They're like reformed feminists, and they think that we're too stupid to realize. It's like, bro, you guys are the fucking same as the insufferable feminists. There's no difference between you guys and these other chicks. It's like the same damn thing, pretty much. It literally is the same damn thing. So, anyway, with that said, so guys, it's Sunday. As you guys know, it's True Crime Sunday. So we're going to cover some true crime. We're going to be covering Driven to Kill. This is going to be on serial killer, the truck stop killer. I'll show you guys here in a second. I'm going to read some chats as well. Got to meet a bunch of you guys there. So, Robert Ben Rhoades, born November 22nd, 1945. Damn, nigga was born same he has the same birthday as my mom and JFK's assassination. Weird. Also known as the truck stop killer, is an American serial killer and rapist. He is confirmed to have tortured and killed at least two couples in Illinois and Texas in 1989 and 1990, and is additionally suspected of torturing, raping, and killing more than 50 women between 1975 and 1990. So as you guys can see, this is one demented motherfucker right here, okay? You know, these guys, there's always something wrong with these niggas, man. Okay? At the time he was caught, Rhoades claimed to have engaged in these activities for 15 years. So we don't even know. And he's still alive to this day, guys, 79 years old. Okay? And we're going to be reacting to an episode of The FBI Files, as you guys know, one of my favorite documentaries. It's old, but it's good. Okay? Before I get into it, though, let's go ahead and read some of these chats. Shout out to you guys in the OSS. As you guys know, by the way, we do got a merch drop for you niggas, okay? Merch drop is live, chat, okay? If you go ahead, you go in Myron Gaines X store, bam, okay? As you guys can see, I got the Cookie Monster hoodie on, all right? We got the 110 with the tree, right? The Cookie Monster hoodie. We got the Tree of Liberty 110, right? Pretty lit. Okay, we got the MGX with the red, white, and blue. Cookie Monster shirt. Right? Hats. We're expanding, my friends, and we got the Punisher shirts as well. And then we got the 110 with the tree in the back. All right? So get in there, guys. Get in get the stuff while you guys can. Code is in the Telegram chat. If you guys want the code, it's in the Telegram chat, and we're extending the deal for you guys a little bit longer. If you guys want to go ahead and get involved, what's it called? Get the discount to get into the OSS. Use code OSSArmy110 to get the discount code. Shout out to Robin Kobe with the gifted sub. Appreciate you, my friend. Okay. Get in there now, guys. So you guys can go ahead and get the discounts and get the merch at a discount and get all the stuff that you guys want. Let me see here. And while we're at it, run a commercial right in the beginning. Why not? Fuck it. Up with the OSS, but only for the guys that are the real active supporters. So this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna start giving away merch bundles once a month. All kinds of merch can be given away to you guys for supporting. Also, we're gonna be doing call-in parts of the show where members of the OSS Army can go in and call into the show and give their takes on certain different types of topics, whatever we're talking about on that particular day. Also, we're gonna start doing shows, guys, where we're gonna do parts that are only OSS members so that we can actually say what we want to say, put the memes up on screen that we want to put up, and not have to worry about censorship. Unfortunately, even on regular platforms, we can still get clipped and put out of context and still be labeled for cancellation. All the uncensored stuff that we want to do, it's going to be on the OSS members portion only. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Oh my God, Myron, no, I can't afford it. No problem. It's going to be only $1 to get in, guys, for the first month, and it goes to regular dues price. So get in there, join us, allow us to be able to continue the fight against censorship, because even on free speech platforms, they clip our shit and try to cancel us anyway. And there you guys go, man. Get in there, guys. I'm running it longer for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and get the discount. Get into the OSS. It's only $1. OSS Army code 110. And then when you guys get in, you're able to go ahead and get the discount on the merch. So I'm running it for the week for you guys with this new this new merch drop. I wasn't gonna do that, but I'm doing it for you guys since we released it late. So there you guys go. There you go. Hold on. Give me one sec. There you go. So yeah, so this is all the different stuff we got. So we got like, I didn't even know Brett released as many pieces. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically 5 or 6 new pieces for you guys, man. So get in there while you guys can. Okay, get an OSS. Once you get in the OSS, join a Telegram group, and then once you're in the Telegram group, you get the code to be able to get the discount for the merch. All right. Cool. All right, let's read some of these chats. And it's MyronGainsXstore.com. Code is OSSArmy110. If you're a brokey, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Make some more money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be poor. Like, I teach you guys Money Mondays, like how to not be a loser. So, like, you know what I mean? That's what it's about. I'm trying to give you guys discounts so it's cheaper. But I can't do it all, man. I can't do it all. All right, let me read some of these super chats, and then we'll get into the episode, guys. Give me one sec. All right. How are you guys so many guys in the chat that are brokies, bro? Guys, do you guys not watch Money Mondays, bro? Like, how the fuck do we got so many guys in here that are poor? What the fuck is going on, man? Been doing Money Mondays with y'all for years, and y'all niggas are still poor, bro? God damn, man. All right. All right, let me read some of these chats here for you guys. All right, let's go. Bluffkin says, some of us OSS guys were waiting for you at the after party yesterday. Sad face. I don't think they invited me, bro. I don't think they invited me because I didn't hear anything about an after party. They probably didn't invite me because that chick was there and she was pissed off, bro. Guys, I'm telling you, she was pissed. Her and her cucked husband were really mad at me calling her a whore on stage yesterday. Mordecai says, hey, man, glad you thought about starting to cut the YouTube shorter. Those who want more will go to Rumble, and if they do that, they'll do OSS. OSS pre-CIA. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, OSS was the Office Strategic. Yeah, bro, why do you think we have the emblem that is the old OSS symbol? TJ says, what's up, Myron? Happy Sunday, man. Here's to another day at a random YouTube nigga gets their stream ended early. And why did Kirk disgustingly duck the smoke with Nick like this? Yeah, I saw that. Dude, he's been avoiding Nick for years, bro. Like, this is not new. Anybody that's like been around, Charlie Kirk's been avoiding Nick for years, bro. Since I've known Nick, which is 2 years now, he's been trying to avoid him. Hey, big man, just wondering, where can we see more Frank and Bella? Also, Myron, did you know that Leahy or Stern gang tried on at least 2 occasions to ally with top agents and manipulate them into fighting the Brits in Palestine? I'm sure they did, bro. Bro, where was the killer songs at the intro? Welcome back from Brian. Thank you very much. Have you watched Piers Morgan interview with Trigonometry? No, I haven't. Respect that regardless of whatever tarnishing or lies the media spreads about you, stay consistent with your mission. Keep it up. Oh, the media said something about me again? What else is new? I shit you not, this video of this Israeli for ending his mom for insurance, he brings up Top H. Go and watch next week. I think, honestly, long as fuck, but his visa is a big deal in this too. Wild ending. The True Alpha says, hey, Myron, did you see that Kristi Noem held a press conference in Chicago calling out the mayor and governor for not doing their jobs to protect the city from illegal immigrants and criminals? WMGX, WSS. I did see that. Slav Eagle, appreciate that. Subscribe. Welcome to the OSS, my friend. Myron got that clean lineup? Yep, trying. Peter Riley says, have you watched second episode of new South Park season? They did a character based on your persona. Podcaster calls women whores and blames the Jays. No, I didn't watch it. Dude, I haven't watched South Park in years, bro. I'll be honest with you guys. Guys, I haven't watched South Park in fucking years, bro. Okay? Like, just keep it real with you. I'm shocked that they still even make episodes. Let's see here. Ambitious says, now, what's your opinion on fitness trackers? I've been using a WAP for a couple years now. Hey, man, if it helps with you, then do it. Busy busting 304s. What ways can help avoid online tea from these hoes, or is it lost battle? Yeah, bro, they're always going to gossip, man. Just deal with girls in different social circles. I'm glad you're home safe, brother. Thank you very much, OB Trucking. Where can you watch yesterday's episode with Tim Pool? It'll be out next week on Tim's channel, Culture War. GG Channel says, welcome back, Myron. What happened? Safety numbers, appreciate you. Some of you guys can't get a fucking hint, bro. Why do you cut the waves off? They're a pain in the ass, bro. They're a pain in the ass. Too much brushing, bro. All right. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, so the episode with Tim, guys, will be out next week. After party, didn't even know there was one. Like I said before, they they might have avoided having me there because I really pissed off that chick. I guess her husband was really pissed off. He was really mad, but he didn't say shit to me because he knows how to smack the shit out of him. The little nigga, man, he's like 5'6" or 5'7" or some shit. And this is honestly, guys, life lesson, bro. Life lesson. When your wife talks a lot of shit and starts problems, she's gonna put you in a bad spot. This is a funny lesson time for you guys. I'll never forget this. Andrew Tate told this story one time, and I agree with this sentiment. So he's there getting fries late night. right? And the girl that he's with, right, starts yapping. She's not happy because some fucking, thugs walk up and cut everybody in the line. She starts complaining. And dude tells her, shut the fuck up. Don't say shit, right? And because what ends up happening is another girl mouths off to the guys that are cutting, and the dudes turn around and just bong, hit her.
Falcon punch!
And hit her fucking dumbass boyfriend, knocked them both out clean, right? Both knocked out. And there was like 5 of them. And Andrew looked at them and he told the girl, yeah, see, this is why you shut the fuck up. And this is a life lesson for you guys. That not having your woman in check will put you in precarious situations, right? So after we finished the show yesterday, number one, I didn't know who this girl was. She started talking shit to me. All you guys that watched the live show, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys were there. You guys saw that she came at me for no fucking reason. I don't know who the fuck this bitch is, whatever. Apparently she's on Fox News. I don't fucking know. Who cares? No one watches mainstream media. And then she led with, I have more money than you. I was like, well, honestly, that's probably not true. And even if it were, that's such a weird thing to lead with as a female. What the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking weirdo, right? And she made like a very like crass joke about, yeah, should I like tell my dad who I'm gonna fuck? And I'm like, that doesn't sound good for a woman who has a kid and her husband's in the back. I'm like, yeah, you're a whore. Like straight out, like, yeah, that's really slutty. Like that, yeah, that's hoary. Right? She didn't like that. She got really offended. So I walk outside and I'm like taking pictures with a bunch of you guys signing books and shit like that. And I walk over to Tim and she's there with her, cucked husband who's there with the baby the whole time like a bitch ass nigga, by the way. And she's on the stage, he's just sitting there with the baby. And they walk away immediately. They immediately walk away. And I find out later that the boyfriend was really pissed, or the husband, whatever, he was really pissed off, right? But he didn't say shit for obvious reasons, right? I was a lot bigger than him. The guy was like a little bitch, whatever, right? Not that I didn't even know that he was pissed off. I didn't know they were mad like that. I truly didn't know because I was like taking pictures and talking to people. And the point of the matter is this. Obviously, he was smart enough not to start any shit, right? And I didn't start shit anyway. Like, she started shit with me. But the point, the bottom line is this, guys. The lesson to learn here is this. When your woman has a big mouth, it creates problems for you that you might not be able to solve. You understand? Because the problem with women is women don't understand violence, okay? Let me be explicitly clear about this shit. Why I tell you guys to tell your woman to shut the fuck up most of the time. The reason why I tell you guys to tell your girl to shut the fuck up is because women don't have a proper concept of violence, okay? Many women go through their life without ever being punched in the face, right? And that's actually not a good thing, and I'll tell you why. Not that I want women to get punched in the face, but when you get punched in the face, you understand that there's consequences to you mouthing off and talking shit. And since so many women go through life without getting punched in the face, and you understand the concept of violence most of the time as a guy. Women don't. So when they go ahead and they go, yapping off and shit, right? And put you in a bad spot because now you got to defend her stupid ass fucking comments. One of two things is going to happen. A, you're going to have to defend her comments and potentially get your ass whooped. Or B, not defend her comments and look like a little bitch like that guy was and get angry and leave the scene like he did. And then some guy like me doesn't even know that you are all fucking pissed off, punching the air. It wasn't until Tim told me that they were so mad, him and Alex Stein, that I was like, oh, okay. That's why they fucking walked off so quickly. So I'm telling y'all, bro, like, if you got a girl that likes to yap, tell her to shut the fuck up, bro. Tell her to shut the fuck up, man. I don't think you guys understand how your girl having a big mouth can get you in a lot of fucking trouble, bro. It'll get you in a lot of fucking trouble. And her too, by the way. And her too. And that's a perfect example of that shit yesterday. If that nigga decided to open up his mouth, just bong. He like 5'8", man. Like, one hit, he on the floor, bro. Cooked. You know? A couple of you guys saw his bitch ass yesterday. So that's what it is, bro. Like, guys, get your woman under control, man. Get your woman under control. Tell them to shut the fuck up, bro. I'm telling you guys, That was a perfect lesson that I saw from the other day. Women will get you in a bad fucking spot, bro. You over here trying to defend her honor, and then you get knocked out because she don't know when to shut the fuck up. Especially when they started. Oh my God. Bro, she started it too. Like, I just made her look like an idiot. In front of like 100 plus people, 200 people. So, yeah, guys, lesson learned. Tell your girl to shut the fuck up and not talk too much, because it will always put you in a bad spot like this fucking nigga yesterday, bro. He had to cuck himself and leave early. All right. God says, I guess you would have been punching down literally and figuratively. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, I would never put my hands on her, but like if he had tried something, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, get your bitch under control. I go like, well, don't fucking get mad at me. Get your bitch under control. This is why my women, like, they don't even talk when niggas are around, bro. Like, dude, like, and see, the thing is, a lot of you guys, let's be honest here, a lot of you guys have a girl, a lot of you niggas are scared to tell your girl to shut up. Don't do that, bro. You guys need to be fucking proud and ready to tell your girl to shut the fuck up, bro. Okay? You got to be able to tell your girl to shut the fuck up. If you cannot tell your girl to shut the fuck up, you're a bitch-ass nigga, bro. I do not respect you if you can't tell your girl to shut up. I'm sorry, bro. If you can't tell your woman to shut the fuck up, you are a bitch-ass nigga, bro. And all of you guys that are watching this show right now, you might be watching this show right now with your fucking girl. Ask yourself a serious question. Matter of fact, you can test it right now. Look her dead in the eye and tell her, hey, shut the fuck up. And see what happens. If she talks back, if she talks crazy or whatever, you might need to reevaluate your girlfriend, reevaluate your relationship, bro. Because I'm dead ass. If you guys can't tell your girl to shut the fuck up, it's going to have serious consequences for you later on, bro. If you're more scared of telling your girl to shut the fuck up than protecting her dumb ass from what her words might get you both into, because again, women don't have a proper concept of violence. I'm telling you guys this, they don't have a proper concept of violence. Most women have never been punched in their face. So since most women have never been punched in their face, they say stupid shit that can get you punched in your fucking face. It's a life skill, bro. That's why I'm harping on this topic right now. Fucking life lesson. Life lesson. Learn to tell your girl to shut the fuck up. Okay? There's not going to be times where you can sit there and be like, baby, can you be a little quiet? No, there's going to be times where there's going to be an emergency. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Might save your life and hers. Because women are idiots and they don't understand the proper concept of violence. They really don't, bro. They really don't understand violence. You know? All right. Iron says, hey, Myron, what's your thoughts on what happened to the high school student in 2013, Kendrick Johnson, that was found dead at school, rolled up with wrestling mats? Not familiar with that case at all, bro. Goes JQWOSS, you know it, bro. DC badass punching the air. Bro, I'm telling you, man. If you can't control your bitch, she will control you. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, bro. You guys got to be able to tell your girl to shut up, bro. It's a life skill. It's a life-saving skill. I'm dead ass. It's a life-saving skill. It's that fucking important, bro. It is that fucking important, man. If you don't know how to tell your girl to shut up, oh, Lord, you're going to have a tough time, bro. You're just not going to have a good time. You're just not going to have a good time, bro. All right? Okay, let's go ahead and get into the documentary. Driven to Kill is the name of the episode, niggas. Okay?
The nation's long web of interstates provided the perfect hunting ground for a depraved predator.
I know a bunch of you guys are truck drivers here, so this episode's for you niggas. You truck driver niggas, man.
He preyed on hitchhikers wandering the roads. He held them captive, then tortured and raped them. When that didn't satisfy his warped cravings, he killed instead.
Now, as you guys know, these are older documentaries, but bro, these older documentaries are better, bro. These are way better than the new shit, man. The new shit is too woke, bro, and annoying. These older documentaries are way better. I don't know why, they just are. Real nigga timing, man. Someone said, how do I get a black chick to shut the hell up? You don't date them, stupid. Increase your sexual market value, bro. If you're over here dating Shaniquas, bro, you got low SMV. What the fuck is wrong with you? You should know better. If you're over here dating loud-ass, obnoxious girls that you know, Shaniquas that don't fucking follow your lead and shit, you got low sexual market value, bro. You need to seriously reevaluate where the fuck you are in life, bro. Honestly. Or you go ahead and date those bitches and enjoy. Enjoy.
Across the nation, a serial rapist targeted unsuspecting women. It was only a matter of time till his dark urges raged out of control and led him to murder. He followed a path so random, it was impossible to trace. And all that tied him to his crimes were his access to the highways and a bizarre sexual fetish. I'm Jim Kallstrom, former head of the FBI's New York office. When investigators believed the suspect had committed dozens of murders, the FBI was determined to put the brakes on his nationwide rampage.
All right, so what was I going to say something. Oh, guys, smash the like button. Merch is in stores, as you guys know. New merch is in stores. All right, we got the 110 with the Tree of Liberty, right? Cookie Monster shirt and hoodie, of course. And we also got the Punisher stuff, and we got the new MGX with the red, white, and blue. So new merch gear, new merch is out there, guys. We got a new code. It's in the Telegram group. To get in the Telegram group, you got to be a member of OSS. So go ahead and join OSS for $1 and be able to get the discount. So you're able to join OSS and get a discount on the merch all in one. We're running the promo a little bit longer for you guys because we fucking got the merch out late. So we're going to do right by you guys and run it a little bit longer. So OSS Army 110 or JFK 911 for the year, whichever one you guys want. But go ahead and get in the merch, ninjas.
February 5th, 1990. On a road in Houston, Texas, 18-year-old Nicole Tuttle desperately tried to flag down passing motorists.
Bro, she has a fucking thing on her neck? God damn.
Someone finally stopped for the bruised and bleeding woman.
Oh my God, there's a guy trying to kill me. There's a guy trying to kill me. I don't know.
The driver took her to the closest phone to call police.
Please help.
At the Houston police station, Nicole told officers that she'd been kidnapped and assaulted, but she'd managed to escape.
I had to get out.
Her ordeal began in California 1 week earlier. On January 29th, she hitched a ride from a trucker at a rest stop. He said his name was Dusty and that he was headed east through Arizona.
And guys, this is the 1990s, bro. There's no telephones. There's no cell phones. There's no Instagram. None of that bullshit, man. It's just straight, like, cell phones were still a thing, like a new thing. Only the really rich had cell phones back then in the 90s, man. So this is 35 years ago, chat. Okay? Your boy Myron was a baby back then. All right? This shit crazy.
After a few...
Also, and I've talked about this before with you guys as well. A lot of people don't know this. The explosion of serial killers in the United States actually occurred with the creation of interstate highways. Okay? I've explained this to you guys before, but I'll say it again because I know we got a lot of fucking new viewers in here. Murder, guys, is typically a state charge, okay? And since murder is a state charge, if you can commit a murder in one area and then leave, and then commit a murder somewhere else, well, obviously it's going to be a lot harder to find you, right? Because you're in another area. It's harder to find connections, etc. Especially when you're a serial killer, when you're killing people a lot of the times based off opportunity, or maybe they look a certain way or whatever, versus like knowing that individual, right? Because we know most people are murdered by people they know. But in this situation with serial killers, it's a lot harder when they don't know the individual, right? Because it's so fucking random. And then if you're a truck driver, it's like you have the ability to be a serial killer damn near built into your profession, okay? A lot of the most successful serial killers that have the highest body counts killed women in multiple states. Ted Bundy, he traveled across multiple states. Samuel Little, etc.
A few hours on the road, she fell asleep in the back compartment of his truck. It seemed that was exactly what he was waiting for. He climbed in back and overpowered her. Before she was fully awake, he chained her to the walls and gagged her with a horse bit.
I'll never understand this fucking, you know, people oh man, what the wow, I'm losing the word in my head. When someone is hitchhiking, excuse me. Holy crap. Sorry guys, I had a brain fart there. I was like, what the hell's the name of the term? Yeah, hitchhiking. Absolutely nuts.
The trucker whipped her and pierced her with pins and fishhooks. He also raped and sodomized her.
Bruh.
Nicole told police that she was chained inside the cab for 6 days. Her ordeal didn't end there. Inside his Houston apartment, the trucker allowed her to bathe, then chained her to the bed and raped her again. She watched helplessly as he approached her with a straight razor. He pressed the blade close to her scalp and began to slice off her hair. After 3 hours, he forced her back into the truck. This time, he failed to bind her.
So he's just like terrorizing her the whole time. And here's another thing too about these serial killers that you guys need to understand. These motherfuckers are devious. These guys enjoy making the victim suffer and feel as though they have all the power. If you watch interviews with Richard Ramirez, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, these guys enjoy the control over the victim. That's what they like the most, the control, the ability to play God, the ability to, like Ted Bundy, for example, would choke the person, right, or choke the girl, and she would like pass out, and then he'd like stop choking her, so she would come back, so he could terrorize her again. That's what these guys like doing, BTK, etc. They like to play God.
When they stopped at a brewery, he left her alone as he walked inside to sign for his new freight.
Do you know how many days that you were in the truck?
Nicole knew this might be her only chance.
Where did you...
She ran for it, still wearing a dog leash around her neck.
I needed to go to California.
Nigga had a dog leash on her, bruh. These fucking perverts, man. Yo, these guys never cease to amaze me with their stupidity, bro. Yo, guys, do me a favor. Smash that like button. We got 1,500 ninjas in here. 570 likes, though. Let's get to 1,000 likes.
Houston police stopped a trucker in the area whose rig fit Nicole's description.
Hey, Nick.
She said he was not the man who attacked her. A background check revealed no outstanding warrants or convictions, so police released the trucker. Nicole told the officers to stop searching. She was too frightened to testify against her attacker. She just wanted to go home to California. On February 5th, the same day that Nicole escaped, another young woman was on the highway thumbing
Damn, same day she escaped, this nigga started trouble again.
for rides. Just 15 miles away in Pasadena, Texas, 14-year-old Regina K. Walters was running away with her new boyfriend. Her parents were divorced, and Regina usually stayed with her father in Houston. She'd been visiting her mother for a few days when she fled and began hitchhiking. Whether she
It's the importance of parents, man.
was following the lead of her new teenage boyfriend or just testing her independence, a trucker soon stopped for the pretty young girl. Regina's mother, Carolyn Walters, was a single mom who worked long hours as a department store clerk. When she came home from work, she was surprised to find her daughter was not home.
Regina.
See, single mothers suck, bro. Trash, man. Kid's gone with some fucking loser dude with some goatee. In the truck of a weirdo.
Her daughter did not answer.
Regina.
Carolyn found no notes and saw no other signs that her daughter had been back to the house. She checked the answering machine, but Regina had left no messages.
We got here, Anthony Silver says, shout out to all my fellow drivers out there, hammer down, okay? Hopefully you're not doing this crazy shit, nigga. Joe says, Batman's dad could get his bitch to STFU, and look what happened to him. Don't be Batman's dad. Fair. Great show in DC, Myron. Seeing you in person makes me want to work 100 times harder. Super thankful, man. Oh, you were there, bro. What, dude? You're my witness, bro. Wasn't that bitch out of pocket for no reason? You're my witness, bro. Stormtrooper K981. Nigga, I was like, what the hell? Chick came out of nowhere, started talking shit. I was like, what the, who is this bitch? Crypto Zoo says, hey, Myron, did you see Aaron Carroll's take on Nick and Tucker yet? No, I didn't see it. Boogeyman. PSA to all the chats. Stop asking Myron Oracle questions about his private life. He doesn't have to tell us everything. Stop being a bunch of creeps. Yeah, that is weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You want to gossip? Go watch Candace Owens. We're here to be racist and misogynist. All right, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Boogeyman. I appreciate that. How's it that the guy that named Boogeyman is the voice of reason? How's that happening, chat? How's Boogeyman the voice of reason here, nigga?
Carolyn called her daughter's friends and Regina's father in Houston.
Hello, Chris.
No one had heard from the girl.
Is Regina there?
He said, yeah, started firing shots for no reason. Also, she couldn't make a single coherent point. Bro, that's what happens when you're mainstream media, bro. Mainstream media, I'm convinced, makes you more retarded because they give you all your talking points. You don't have to actually be, like, good off the cuff. So, yeah, it is what it is.
The distraught mother reported her daughter as a missing person to Pasadena, Texas police.
I'm Detective Jackson. How are you?
She spoke with a detective from the juvenile section, providing the officer with Regina's description. Her 14-year-old daughter was about 5 feet tall, weighed 95 pounds, and had long, curly brown hair. The detective asked Carolyn what steps she had taken so far to find her.
Has anyone heard from her?
Carolyn had posted missing persons flyers, but no one had yet responded. The worried mother hadn't heard from her daughter since they argued 2 nights before. At 9:30 that night, Regina told her mother she was going to visit a friend.
I just think you ought to stay home tonight.
When Carolyn objected, the girl insisted she would be right back.
No, it's not. Well, I want Regina. What?
See, that's when you got to be willing to slap your kid right there. Look, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know, sometimes you got to be willing to slap your kid. Not going to sit there and, you can't leave. Well, I'm leaving. Really? Okay, nigga.
Welcome, punch!
Get your ass inside the house.
Against her better judgment, Carolyn relented, trusting that Regina would call if she stayed out later.
Bruh. See?
But you can go ahead.
Though the young teen had...
If she had just punched her instead, that daughter might be alive. Nah, I'm not even trying to be funny here. Dead ass, bro. If she had hit her with the Falcon punch...
Welcome, punch!
She might be alive to this day, bro.
The history of running away, she always returned on her own.
Anybody about her parents or where she is right now?
Her mother believed this time was different.
Does she have a boyfriend?
Pasadena, Texas police detective Suzanne Jackson of the Juvenile Division was assigned the case. She understood Carolyn's concern.
Several days passed, and Regina would normally call her mom when she would leave home and let her mother know that she was okay and that she was just out. She would be back when she was ready to come home, and she had not done that.
You can just set those up right here.
Carolyn posted more flyers at the convenience store close to her house. She held out hope that her daughter was unharmed. Maybe she was simply staying with a friend. Along with Regina's photo and description, Carolyn offered
Man, badass teenagers, bro, in the 90s.
a reward for information on her daughter's whereabouts. Five days after Regina's disappearance, Carolyn received a phone call.
You know someone who's been with my daughter?
The caller had seen Regina talking to 2 young men on the evening she left her mother's house.
Okay.
The person only knew the men as Billy and Ricky,
Bye-bye now.
but she remembered that Billy had a girlfriend with a peculiar name of Urena. Carolyn immediately called police.
Speak to Detective Jackson, please.
The following day, a second caller gave Carolyn the address of an apartment where he had seen Regina at a party 2 days before. When police arrived, no one answered.
Okay.
The manager told them the apartment was rented to a man named Billy Wayne Gibbs. The next morning, the detective told her colleagues about the case. She mentioned she was looking for Gibbs in connection with Regina's disappearance. She was also looking for two others, a woman named Urena and a man named Ricky. She didn't know their last names. To her surprise, the officers did. Billy Wayne Gibbs had a girlfriend named Urena Sweet and a friend named...
And now this is the benefit. Let me tell you guys something, man. This is the benefit of working with the state and locals, man. When I was on a job, I always used to be very good with the guys in uniform because they'll know people and they'll know stuff that you'll never know because they're out on the street every day talking to these people. They know relationship dynamics. They know where people live. They know where they stay. They know who's connected with who. They know who knows certain information that you might need. And as the investigator, you're not going to be privy to a lot of this information. So having people that are on the street all the time doing patrol, fucking invaluable resource. Invaluable resource. I can't tell you how many times I was able to develop informants based off of the information that guys on patrol would know, right? Or them putting me in front of these people. So really, no one talks enough about how vital state and locals are to investigations.
Ricky Lee Jones. The three were wanted in connection with an auto theft. Units were dispatched to Gibbs' apartment to wait for his return. Officers patrolled the nearby road. After several hours of surveillance, they picked up 17-year-old Gibbs and his girlfriend Urena near his apartment. Police handcuffed the young couple and brought them to the station for questioning. The third suspect, Ricky Lee Jones, was still at large. The arresting officer asked Gibbs if he had seen Regina or Ricky Lee Jones. Gibbs said he had spoken to them 4 days ago, but not since. He told police that Ricky and Regina were in love and planned to run away to Mexico where Ricky had relatives. The detectives suspected that 18-year-old Jones had another reason for leaving town. If he were caught with Regina, he could be charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Regina was 14, and they obviously were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. When they saw the flyers that the mother had left out with reward on her location, they decided it would be best to leave the area so they wouldn't be caught. And that's when they decided to leave the area, hitchhike to Mexico.
Oh, damn.
The detective learned that Ricky Lee Jones was already on probation for theft. Fleeing jurisdiction was a parole violation. She issued a warrant for his arrest. She also fed Regina's description into the NCIC, the National Crime Information Center, a database listing both victims and criminals nationwide.
And anything could go in there, guys. Missing guns, stolen cars, anything literally goes in there. Criminal histories, all that.
If Regina were located by any police department in the country, Pasadena, Texas police would be notified. Until then, with no known address or vehicle, it would be difficult to find the pair. 15 miles away, Houston police interviewed Jerry Walters, Regina's divorced father. He told them he had received a disturbing call on his unlisted home number on the evening of March 17th. The conversation was brief, and Walters did not recognize the caller's voice. The man asked, "Are you Regina's father?" When Walters replied yes, the man told him he knew where to find Regina. He said she was in a loft of a barn. and that there had been some changes. He had cut the girl's hair.
What the fuck? Bruh. Somebody call me and tell me that shit? Bro. Oh, man. We gonna find that nigga, man.
Regina's father asked if she was dead or alive. The caller hung up without answering. Detective Jackson asked
That's so fucked up, man.
Southwestern Bell to trace the call. The company told her it would take several days. Police would simply have to wait. Aside from the phone records, the trail of the missing 14-year-old and her boyfriend was stone cold. In March of 1990, Pasadena, Texas police detective Suzanne Jackson continued her search for 14-year-old Regina K. Walters. The girl hadn't been seen since early February when she left a friend's house with her 18-year-old boyfriend, Ricky Lee Jones. The detective's only lead was an anonymous phone call made to Regina's father.
That nigga look retarded, bro. What the hell?
On March 17th. The call had yet to be traced.
Now, mind you guys, this is the 1990s, okay? They're not going to have the same technology and resources that we have nowadays with tracing phone calls and all this other bullshit.
On the same night Regina's father received his call in Houston, her mother in Pasadena, Texas, also got a call.
Hello?
She recorded the conversation as police had advised.
Yeah.
An unknown man told Carolyn to meet him at 6:30 the next morning at the local convenience store. He had something to tell her about Regina, and he wanted to say it in person. Without giving his name or description, he hung up. Carolyn called Detective Jackson, who told her it was risky to meet the man. When Carolyn insisted, Jackson said police would go with her for protection.
Yeah, I mean, that's simple, man. I would tell her all day, you go, I'm going to wire you up, you go and you meet him. And we'll set up surveillance and we'll be watching you. Yeah, bro, what the hell? Of course. Of course, the lazy-ass female detective, I don't know if that's a good idea. Bitch! Wire her up, let her go, collect information on who the fucking guy is.
From a distance, officers kept an eye on Carolyn as she waited at the convenience store for the unknown caller.
See, and that's the thing with these serial killers, man. They really enjoy torturing people, man. These fucking weirdos. He's probably like relishing in like making a mom feel like this, dickhead.
She had no way of knowing if the man knew who she was and no way to identify him. Her only hope was if he would approach her. She studied everyone who came in and out and everyone who used the phone.
Bro got that lip mullet.
Carolyn waited over 2 hours. The caller never came forward.
Probably got spooked, felt like the cops were going to be there.
2 days later, Pasadena, Texas police received the phone records for both calls to Regina's parents. They learned that the call to Regina's father in Houston was made from a gas station in Ennis, Texas, 200 miles northwest of where she was last seen. The call to her mother's home in Pasadena, Texas, was made from a payphone only a few blocks away.
At that particular time, it was obvious that we were becoming very concerned about Regina's whereabouts with the phone calls and the...
Oh yeah, chat. I know some of you guys are probably probably watching this like, what the fuck is... Yes, guys, payphones were a thing back then, okay? People used to walk around with quarters all the time so they can use payphones. Payphones were a big thing back then, chat. Okay? Big thing back then. Everybody always had change on them.
Information that we received, we were pretty sure that there was going to be foul play involved.
2 weeks later, Carolyn told Detective Jackson that the man who had called her before wanted to set up another meeting at the same convenience store. Police traced the call to a nearby payphone. The caller had already fled.
Guys, do me a favor. We got 736 likes. Let's get to 1,000, my ninjas. Let's get to 1,000 likes. So we're only about 200 away. So smash that goddamn like button. Help with the engagement. It's True Crime Sunday, as you guys know. We still give you guys the Fed Reacts on Sundays, like it always been. We'll go back to politics tomorrow in the news, so don't worry. I'll probably cover this stuff with Nick and Tucker tomorrow. I'll probably cover that tomorrow. So smash the like button, guys.
On April 23rd, police found a partial skeleton
The real G's come and watch the true crime shit. The real G's.
of a small female near a riverbank in Pasadena, Texas. They determined the young girl's age and weight.
And I know people have said, yo, Myron, yo, drop the Fed React shit, bro. Just like do news the whole time. Bro, I like this shit. I enjoy this. I know a lot of you guys enjoy the true crime stuff. So we still do it, bro. We do it once a week. Sundays, true crime stuff. You know, unless like there's some breaking news or some shit like that, then obviously we'll cover news on, on that day. But Sundays is the Sunday's the true crime day. Also, look for something with our guy Nick in September. Got something planned for you ninjas. Some in September. All right. So we'll do it here in Miami. Okay. The best collab by far. Because you guys already know, man. Me and Nick are the realest niggas, bro. Everybody else is kind of like subpar compared to us. Come on. So, yeah, we'll do something in September probably. And it's going to be fun. I look forward to it. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited to see Nick for a show. I've seen him before outside of I've obviously seen him outside of, podcasting shit. But excited to bring you guys a collab finally. Damn near 2 years later, man. So we're going to break the internet, ninjas.
It was close to Regina's. Detective Suzanne Jackson brought Regina's dental records to the medical examiner.
I went to the ME's office with my information. We did a comparison on some dental x-rays and found that this particular person was not Regina.
Months went by with no leads. Regina's parents feared the worst. On October 12th, two boys were playing near a dirt road in Manville, Texas, 26 miles south of Houston. Close to the road, they came across a wood pile. They found something they'd never forget.
That's nuts.
Human remains. They ran home to tell their parents, who called police. Officers arrived and secured the area.
And guys, just so you know, like a body's not going to last out in the wilderness more than like 2 days, bro. Animals, the elements, it's going to degrade the body immediately.
They could not identify the body at the site. It was too badly decomposed, and there was no wallet or identification nearby. All police could guess was that the victim was a child or young adult. They hoped an autopsy would tell them more. The Pasadena, Texas detective traveled to the Harris County Medical Examiner's office, bringing Regina's dental records.
So you almost have a match right
The
there.
ME compared those records to x-rays taken of the corpse.
But then you get everything you can obviously.
They did not match.
It was a little disappointing, although we were very relieved that it was not Regina. Her parents at this particular point were concerned that we were going to be recovering a body and we were not going to be locating Regina alive, and they were ready for some type of closure at this point.
As the search continued in Texas through the fall of 1990, a farmer prepared to burn down his old barn in Bond County, Illinois.
All right, real quick, let me read some chats. Okay, so Comfort Zone has says, hey, Myron, you missed my earlier chat, but it's cool. It was a pleasure seeing you at the show yesterday. The only thing I wish I had gone differently was meeting you and shaking hands. I saw how freakishly tall you are. I only wish you could have stayed back and shake hands and take a pic, but I understand. Good job cooking those two bimbos on the right. Yeah, dude. I didn't know that like Tim was trying to get out of there, bro. So I didn't know how Tim had it set up. I thought that they would have like a meet and greet after, but I guess they didn't. And guys, this is like the first time I went to like their event, so I didn't know how they had it set up or whatever. So I thought they would have like a meet and greet after, but they were just trying to dip out after. So I did shake hands and meet a bunch of people at the end, but I guess I didn't meet all of you guys. But yeah, I didn't know how they had it set up. Kinetic Edge says, if anyone doesn't particularly like true crime, they should just subscribe to the OSS and join the race war in the chat. Okay. Bleck says, Myron, I need your advice. My girl cheated on me with my best friend while we were on break back in 2019. I just found out yesterday. Damn. Keep in mind, I've cheated on her 2 times while together, and she had forgiven me. I don't know what to do about my girl. She's a devoted Catholic now. I truly saw a future with this woman. Talked about a house and a marriage, but my world got flipped upside down. Am I overacting? Do I give her another chance or cut her off? P.S. Your show been watching since 2023. Yeah, bro, it's over. Yeah, it's over, nigga. It is fucking over. With your best friend? It is over. It is over. And this is what I mean when I say that religion ain't going to save you from these hoes, my friend. It's over, bro. I don't even know why you're asking me that. She cheated on you with your best friend, like both of them need to be removed from your life forever. And the fact that you cheated on her twice doesn't matter. Men cheating is not the same as women cheating, bro. Okay? I've said this many times. Some people might say, Myron, that's toxic. My response to that is, I don't give a fuck what you niggas think. A dude smashing another chick is not the same as a chick smashing another dude, let alone your best friend, bro.
Welcome, punch!
That is an L. That is an L. She's done, and so is he. You never talk to them ever again. Simple as that. And I know your bitch ass is going to start crying. Bro, come on, man. She's a good girl. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You actually wanted to fucking marry this girl? Hell no, dude. Stop being a simp. Grab your balls and leave the relationship. I've been telling you niggas, man, the Bible ain't going to save you from these hoes. Telling you, bro. So, yeah, just leave. Just leave, absolutely leave. Demetrius Rap says, yo, Myron, where do I watch the show? It'll be out next week. I just purchased a Cookie Monster shirt. Love the new merch. Thanks for all you do. This from Ashley Rose Ghost. Okay, thank you, Ashley. A girl wearing a Cookie Monster shirt? All right. Respect. Unless you're buying that for your boyfriend, but okay, I like it. The Shiznit says, Cookie Monster sweater looking fire. Join the OSS niggas. I'm telling you, bro, it's fire. Stormtrooper says, okay, yep, we read that one from before. Ghoulish King, 21 bucks says, like the video, chat. Appreciate you, Ghoulish King. Diana AK says, where can I watch you on Timcast? Next week. It'll be on his channel. Next week, it'll be on his channel. All right, let's get back to yeah, bro. She's done. All right. Blex 8, it's over, my friend. DC Badass says, Myron says, Jesus can't save these hoes. Why do you think you can? Yeah, bro. It's over, dude. And the fact that you just found out about it means that she was going to take that shit to the grave, bro. She's going to keep lying to you. So, yeah, bro, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Her and him are cooked. Find new friends, find a new girlfriend, bro. You got a scarcity mindset, bro.
He hadn't been inside in years. The farmer climbed up into the hayloft to make one last check of the place. He looked through the abandoned building, but found only items long since discarded. Nothing seemed especially unusual or out of place. Then, something caught his eye. He looked closer at the strewn hay and saw a skeleton that appeared to be human. The farmer immediately called police.
So guy looks at his barn and he sees a body in there or bones.
In October of 1990, as Detective Jackson hunted in Texas for 14-year-old Regina K. Walters, a decayed body was found in the hayloft of an abandoned barn in Bond County, Illinois. Agent Mike Sheely of the Illinois State Police responded to the scene.
I had received a call from the...
So now you got the Illinois State Police on the case and obviously Pasadena, Texas on it as well. So you're more than likely going to start to bring in some federal resources as well, because obviously they're on the other side of the country from each other.
Local sheriff's office in Bond County, Illinois, and they had instructed me that they'd found a body in a rural setting near the Interstate 70, which is a major interstate that travels through Bond County.
Crime scene technicians conducted a thorough search of the barn. No clothes were found on or near the body. There was no wallet or other ID. They did find a single white thread close to the bones that seemed too new to have been in the old barn for long. Police photographed the remains from various angles. They found baling wire that matched.
Ashley Rosego says, I bought the shirt for myself, Myron. I'm single. I ain't going out there. It's too crazy. All right. Just don't, well, we made the shirt in a way where you won't get discovered. They won't know the meaning of the shirt with the Cookie Monster, as you guys could tell here, right? You just see some ovens and you're like, oh, what does that mean? I'm a fan of the Cookie Monster. They don't need to know. Insider joke.
The wire wrapped around the corpse's neck.
But thank you for the support, Ashley. One day you'll hopefully find a man who will be a good leader.
Some hair remained on the head. Because the skull was so small, police believed the victim was probably a child. The people of nearby Greenville had not seen a murder in 10 years. The anonymity of this crime was especially disturbing. Police had no way of knowing if the victim was from the area or just dumped there by someone passing through on nearby Interstate 70. At first, they weren't even sure of the corpse's age or sex. Forensic.
Speaking of which, on Kick, I got a Cookie Monster emote for you guys and on Rumble as well. If you're a subscriber, you get access to the Cookie Monster emotes and a bunch of other emotes as well. Guys, we got 885 likes, though, but we got almost 2,000 of you guys in here. Do me a favor on YouTube alone. Smash that like button for me, please. Okay? Smash that like button for me. I would really appreciate that. Likes are free. You don't have to join the OSS or buy any, merch that will get you fired from your job. Just go ahead and smash that like button completely for free, ninjas.
Forensic anthropologist Mark Johnsey was called in to conduct an examination. He made several discoveries that helped Illinois State Agent Mike Sheely begin to identify the victim.
Now, an Illinois State agent, guys, just so you guys know, so a lot of states have their own special agents, okay? So, like, I know Texas, for example, Department of Public Safety, they have special agents. Illinois has special agents. And basically what that'll be is that'll be a criminal investigator for the state. So, you got TBI, to Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Think of it as like a state version of the FBI. So a lot of them follow this model that the feds do, where they call their criminal investigators special agents. Sometimes they call them troopers, sometimes they call them investigators, sometimes they call them detectives, whatever it may be. But the point you need to know is it is typically an investigator.
Mark was able to determine that it was a young female between the ages of 14 to 16, her approximate weight, which was 90 to 110 pounds. There was indication that her hair had been cut. The distal ends had begun to grow.
Remember, guys, the girl, the weirdo said that he had a girl in the barn and he cut her hair. Remember that? And he called the dad down in Texas?
Again, but the forensics had told us that it was recent.
The cause of death was determined to be strangulation. The killer had almost severed the victim's head by twisting baling wire around her neck 16 times.
That's what we found.
From the condition of the joints and vertebrae, Johnsey discerned that the girl was killed almost a year before.
Damn.
A forensic scientist.
And you guys know, strangulation seems to be the most popular way that serial killers kill their victims, because it's a very personal way to do it. They take, since they're sick, demented pieces of shit, they take a lot of pride and enjoyment in being able to slowly kill the individual. So this is why serial killers almost always go with strangulation as their main modality of murder. Sick fucks, man. Smash the like button for me, guys. 30 away from 1,000.
Scientists analyzed the white fiber found close to the body. Maybe it would yield a clue to what the young girl or her murderer had been wearing. He determined the fiber was mostly cotton, but it didn't come from clothing. It likely came from a towel. Searching the National Crime Database, State Agent Mike Sheely listed the Illinois Jane Doe as a white female, 14 to 16 years of age, probably killed as early as September 1989.
We were alarmed to find that there was 950 matches with the age group and the category and the time frame, which made the task very difficult to begin the identification process.
He narrowed the field to about 100 by specifying the victim's time of death closer to the spring of 1990. The investigator then sent teletypes to law enforcement agencies working those cases. The detective investigating the disappearance of Regina Walters in Pasadena, Texas, received the teletype on October 16th. She believed
teletype, goddamn.
The body's description fit Regina's and phoned the Bond County Sheriff's Office in Illinois. The receptionist told her they had gotten so many responses that the sheriff would have to call her back. Before she hung up, the detective remembered the mysterious phone call Regina's father had received. The caller had said the girl was in a barn.
When I asked her if the body was found in a barn, she immediately transferred me to the sheriff, in which I started talking to him right away. And it was immediately discovered that it was possibly Regina, and so we immediately jumped on that and started sending the teletypes back and forth.
The detective asked another question based on the March 17th phone call to Regina's father. Did the girl in the barn have shorn hair? The Illinois authorities confirmed that she did. The girl found in Illinois matched the caller's description of Regina.
So this sick fuck called the dad after killing the girl in another state across the country.
We sent a copy of dental x-rays.
And mind you, she's a minor.
To Greenville, Illinois, to the sheriff's office. And those dental x-rays were matched with the body that was discovered there, and it was confirmed to be Regina's body.
One question remained. Where was Regina's boyfriend, Ricky Lee Jones?
Useless fuck. You had one job, nigga. You had one job. You fucking retard. What the fuck, man? Bro had one job.
Detectives called on the FBI for help. Special Agent Mark Young, a behavioral expert in the Houston field office, was assigned as case agent.
And I tried to go in and contact every person that had any involvement with Ricky or Regina. I wanted to see if there was anything that they mentioned that would have proven valuable to locating Ricky.
At his former high school, Pasadena, Texas detectives also continued to pursue Ricky Lee Jones.
That's right, you did. What do you call it? Just a second, please.
A guidance counselor said that Jones had not been enrolled in school for the past year.
He was in school last round. Okay, do you have any information I need?
She had little other information about him, though she did provide his last known address.
That's pretty old.
It was the home of Jones's family. His sister Tammy was the only one there. She said that no one in the family had seen Ricky for over a year.
Damn. Bro.
You haven't seen him in a year.
How do you go to a year without seeing your brother? Whoa, what the fuck is wrong with people, bro?
They had written him off as a bad kid, believing he'd end up in prison. The detective asked if...
That's when you know you're a fuck up, bro. When your family don't even care about you no more. God damn. They just gave up on you. God damn.
If they had relatives in Mexico. Tammy said her mother had some in Matamoros, just south of the Texas border.
Have you seen her?
Jackson showed her a photo of Regina. but Tammy didn't recognize her.
Okay, that's the last time. Has he left?
Ricky was already listed as wanted because he had violated his probation. So we felt like maybe he was afraid to come home if he did know anything about Regina's disappearance and her death. We were in fear that he may not want to call and tell us what had happened or may be involved himself.
As Special Agent Mark Young poured over the details of the case, he developed a...
Now, there are agents, guys, that do behavioral analysis, right? Whenever you got a killer like this and your leads are cold. Because think about it. They got missing people. They got bodies turning up in other states, etc. So what happened? What the FBI can do in a situation like this is they can do behavioral analysis where they'll be able to be like, all right, this guy is going to be a Caucasian male in this age group, probably in this profession. It kind of gives them an idea of where they can start off. All right, whenever you have like a case like this, because obviously, as you guys can see here, they don't really have any leads at all on this fucking crazy maniac. Okay, I don't know anything about this fucking guy.
Profile of Regina's...
And while we're here, real quick, guys, smash that like button. Okay, you niggas still didn't smash the like button. We just crossed 1,000 likes. Let's get to 1,200. That's the next goal. Let's get to 1,200 so that we can continue to grow the channel. YouTube gave me a warning. I can't play the Kanye song no more. Kind of sucks. Fucking, man, goddamn, bro. Dudes always got to be fun ruiners, man. Niggas always got to kill the vibe, bro. Anyway, with that said, quick word from our sponsor. All right, guys, we're going to be stepping it up with the OSS, but only for the guys that are the real active supporters. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to start giving away merch bundles once a month. All kinds of merch can be given away to you guys for supporting. Also, we're going to be doing call-in parts of the show where members of the OSS Army can go in and call into the show and give their takes on certain different types of topics, whatever we're talking about on that particular day. Also, we're going to start doing shows, guys, where we're going to do parts that are only OSS members so that we can actually say what we want to say, put the memes up on screen that we want to put up, and not have to worry about censorship. Unfortunately, even on regular platforms, we can still get clipped and put out of context and still be labeled for cancellation. All the uncensored stuff that we want to do, it's going to be on the OSS members portion only. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Oh my God, Myron, no, I can't afford it. No problem. It's going to be only $1 to get in, guys, for the first month, and it goes to regular dues price. So get in there, join us, allow us to be able to continue the fight against censorship, because even on free speech platforms, they clip our shit and try to cancel us anyway. All right. Back to the regular schedule programming, ninjas. But yeah, smash that like button, guys. Join the OSS. Only $1 to join OSS Army. Merch is live, as you guys know, as well, right now. New shirts, 110 with the Tree of Might, Cookie Monster. You know, real niggas know. Obviously, Punisher shirts. Oh, yeah, and then the shirts also say on the back, punish bad behavior. The quote that started it all, my friends. Okay. So punish that bad behavior, pause. And obviously the front. So, and it's all Nike. Better quality shit. Shout out to my guy Brett for designing this stuff. We got a designer in the house. So yeah, merch is there, guys. Get the code. We got a discount code for you guys in the Telegram group. This is how it works. All right, ninjas? If you want to get the merch, you want to get a discount, we got like a 15% code off. It's in Telegram. To get into the Telegram, join the OSS. $1 to join, $10 after that. Okay? Get your chats read for only $1, etc. Slit, bro. The OSS is the best place to be, by far. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back to... And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll watch the show on YouTube or X, or sorry, they'll watch the show on like YouTube or Rumble, but then they'll be in the OSS chat with the ninjas. So, but the code is over there, guys, for you guys. Code is in Telegram. Get the discount.
Killer. The agent determined that 18-year-old Ricky Lee Jones probably did not commit the crime.
If Ricky Lee Jones had murdered Regina, he would have done it in a fit of anger, and that would have been reflected in the crime scene, and you didn't see that. It was a very controlled, purposeful crime scene. You got the impression that this is an older person, a white male, a traveler.
Bam, see, so now they're starting to get, remember, nobody knows he's a truck driver at this point, so this is critical information.
Truck driver, traveling salesman, somebody that had a reason to be across the country.
The fact that the barn
Yeah, because this girl's from Texas, but how the hell is she in Illinois? In a barn.
was close to an interstate supported Agent Young's theory. The crime scene told the agent more about the sadistic murderer. He had stripped off Regina's clothing, killed her slowly by strangulation.
I told you guys, these sick fucks always kill their victims slowly through strangulation, these serial killers, sick fucks. Honestly, bro, sometimes it makes me want to become Fuhrer. So I was Fuhrer, you guys know what time it would be, all right? WBNN, Waterboarding Network, nigga. We'd be waterboarding these fucking serial killers on TV all day, all right? That's what we'd be doing. We'd be waterboarding these guys for everyone to see, all right? Public punishments to all these sick bastards, especially if it's a kid. Especially if it's a fuck kid, bro.
And most notably,
WBNN, nigga. I would disband CNN if I was Fuhrer. I would disband CNN. All them niggas are fired. I'd hire OSS niggas. We're gonna have a big ass budget for white towels. We're just gonna go to the fucking Target, buy all the towels, and then get good cameras. We're gonna set these niggas up in dark ass rooms, and it's waterboard time. Let's fucking go, baby. Okay? We about to get wavy, you know what I'm saying?
had cut Regina's long hair.
Whoever did this crime was doing...
And then I'll cut his hair on camera. I will mimic the way they tortured their fucking victim. He wanted to cut her hair? All right, nigga, we're cutting your hair too. All right? We're going to do that shit with a nail clipper. We're going to cut his hair with a fucking nail clipper. As he gets waterboarded. This guy's still alive, by the way. This scumbag, still fucking alive, by the way, chat.
Things beyond what was necessary.
But we're going to see how they caught him.
To perpetrate the crime. Maybe a sexual predator or sexual sadist. A person that had other offenses also.
Investigators were alerted to another crime in the town of Marshall, Texas, 200 miles north of Houston. Partial skeletal remains of a young man were found, washed up on a creek bank. The skull had been perforated on the left side by a small caliber firearm. Though there was little evidence to positively identify the body, the victim's age and location led police to conclude it was probably Ricky Lee Jones.
That was the useless boyfriend that didn't do nothing. Guys, smash the like button. We're at 1,800. We got over 2,000 you guys watching. But yeah, smash that like button for me, guys, on YouTube. Let's get to 1,200 likes. We're almost at 1,100.
I came to the conclusion that there were no other leads to cover in this case. For all intents and purposes, the case was closed in our division. We had nowhere else to go.
To investigators, it looked like the man who had killed Regina K. Walters and her boyfriend had gotten away with murder. As the hunt for a sadistic killer ground to a halt in Pasadena, Texas, 1,000 miles west in Arizona, authorities encountered a problem on their own highways. An Arizona highway patrolman was at the end of his shift when he came across a tractor-trailer parked on the side of an interstate on-ramp. The rig had to be moved. It was a hazard to passing motorists. He noticed the lights were on and the engine was still running.
Get back, buddy, get back, get back.
As he approached the driver's door, Officer Michael Miller recalled that a man suddenly burst out of the cab and immediately spread his
W Trooper, man. W Trooper caught this fucking perv in the act.
arms against the truck.
And I asked him, I said, what's going on? And he said, nothing, officer, we're doing just fine. He said, there's no problem. I've got a gun in my back pocket. And he motioned to his back pocket and then put his hands up on the side of his truck. This was kind of an unusual situation. And I could still hear the woman screaming on the inside of the truck.
Miller cuffed Robert Ben Rhoades and escorted the trucker back to his car to question him further.
He said it was just fine. They were there together in a, I guess you would call it, consenting situation.
Yeah, they're together in a consenting situation and she's fucking screaming. Yeah, okay, buddy.
And, but I didn't know if the screams coming from the woman were the fact that she was startled, she was surprised, but I was going to find out what the situation was.
With Rhoades' hands cuffed behind his back, Miller seatbelted him into the patrol car. The officer returned to the truck to check on the frantic woman. He found her handcuffed to the walls by her wrists and ankles.
You all right, ma'am? You all right?
The patrolman assured her she was no longer in danger.
I told her, ma'am, you're going to need to remain here until I can get some help out here, because this is a criminal or a crime scene, and some detectives are going to have to look at this. I said, just remain calm. This man is not going to be back to bother you again. Just remain calm.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're an Arizona State Trooper. Used to writing tickets for niggas, right? And you come across this fucking crazy shit? What the hell?
I left the truck and moved back to my patrol car.
Miller returned just in time. Rhoades had maneuvered his cuffed hands in front of him and released his seatbelt.
Of course.
He was about to open the car door. The officer quickly recuffed him.
There is no actual routine stop out there in the road that no matter what you come across out there, you never know who you're dealing with. And it kind of sent a chill up my spine to know that if this man, as cool as he was, could have probably killed me and the girl at the same time and still been on the road.
Police from the town of Casa Grande arrived on the scene. They freed the woman and transported her and Rhoades to the police station for further questioning. Inside the truck, they found a gruesome array of torture tools, chains that attached to rings.
Now, for those of you that are wondering, I covered the toy box killer, who was also similar with, you know, the torturing type shit as well. Also a crazy bastard. Okay? This guy, toy box killer, like, he fucking would kidnap the girls, and then he'd tie her up to something, and then he'd have this video ready to play. And the video would start off with, "Hello there, bitch." And it will go into all the shit he was going to threaten to do to them. Crazy, bro. These bastards. It makes you wonder, like, what the fuck? There's monsters out there, chat. There really are monsters out there, bro. Craziness.
Welded to the back of the sleeper compartment, fish hooks, bloody towels, a horse bit, and a briefcase filled with the implements of a sexual sadist. They also
fish hooks, all this shit.
Found a camera in the briefcase, along with several hairs that did not belong to the woman found in the truck. Casa Grande Police Detective Rick Barnhart led the investigation.
Robert Rhoades had what I refer to as a rape kit in his truck. He had all kinds of paraphernalia. He had long sticks with clips on the end where he would draw and quarter his victims. He had...
Bruh. All right, chats real quick. I need to get some merch for the ladies. Couple of ideas. I want an apron that says "Make Women Great Again." And then a shirt that says "Repeal the 19th Amendment." And a bumper sticker that says, "Please be patient, woman driver." I'll talk to Brett about it. Just ordered the Punisher shirt from Isaias. Can't wait to wrap it, brother. I appreciate that, my friend, and Semperfi. Nightstar says, I bet they feel the life leave their victim's body. Yeah, they're weirdos, bro. I'm telling you. Tone Williams says, just joined OSS. Welcome, Tone Williams. Just broke up my girlfriend Saturday morning for trying to go through my phone. I also finally got my fat ass in the gym. Appreciate the advice. Because she was an abusive 4'10 Latina. Yeah, nigga, you deserve to get abused because you're fat. Bro, and you got low sexual market value, man. Women are going to abuse you, bro. So, yeah, she went through your phone and you were fat. So, good. Glad that you're going to stop being fat and you got rid of that woman. Shiznit says, and if he dies, have medical doctors to bring them back to life. They ain't getting off that easy. Oh, shit. Bro, these serial killers should be drawn and quartered, bro. I'm telling you, bro. These guys are sick fucks, man. They are sick fucks. All right, let me refresh my Rumble Studio page. Give me 1 sec, ninjas. Hold on. All right. I think we're back. All right. I had to refresh the page. She was acting crazy. Someone said getting abused by a girl as a fatty is crazy. Yeah, bro. That shit is crazy, nigga. Hey, shout out to, oh, is that Sneeko? Give the 5 subs. Hey, shout out to you, Sneeko. I appreciate you, my friend. Sneak goes in the house. Where you been at, nigga? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. You've been in New York all this time. When you come back to the great state of Florida, bro.
And whip.
Shout out to Sneeko. I think that's really him, right? Let me double check. Is it really this nigga? You guys did check all them Sneegro? Yeah, it is him. Shout out to Sneeko in the chat. Sneeko, watching some serial killers, bro. That's what we are covering today.
And just based on that, I knew Robert Rhoades was a predator.
Just north of Phoenix at the truck stop.
The woman found chained in Rhoades' truck was 27-year-old Kathleen Vine.
I've never had any problems before.
She told the detective she had been picked up about an hour earlier from the Rip Griffin's truck stop north of Phoenix.
He was trying to rape.
When she dozed off in the sleeper compartment, the trucker climbed back.
That's his thing, man. He waits till they sleep back there.
Assaulted her, and chained her to the walls. The man told her his name was Whips and Chains, and that he'd been doing this for 15 years.
Wait, the nigga said my name is Whips and Chains, and I'm doing this for 15 years? What the fuck? Bro.
Police photographed her injuries, wrist burns from the handcuffs, and welts from the beatings. She tried to fight off her attacker, but her hands were chained. All she could do to defend herself was to bite him. She managed to injure his left shoulder enough to distract him from raping her. Kathleen agreed to press assault and kidnapping charges, but Detective Barnhart believed she might be problematic for the prosecution.
My interview with Kathleen was really sort of bizarre. She would talk about this reality, this terrible assault that she endured, and then periodically she would revert back to a story about her traveling across the country to see the president.
Man, bro, she's gonna come off as insane in the fucking. Yep, she's not credible. God damn. Bro, why? Nigga had to end up with a crazy chick, bro. God damn.
She told me she wanted to give the president a microchip, and she talked about the underground prison where no one...
Bruh. Guys, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. All right? Because then you can't be looked at as a credible witness. Holy.
...escapes from. And all this time, my heart was sinking because I needed Kathleen to tell a...
Yeah, she's their main witness. She's the only person that's like alive that can like testify. So yeah, I could imagine why he's like, fuck. Bro, oh man. That sucks, dude. That sucks, man.
A very lucid story about the horrible incident that happened to her.
The detective asked trucker Robert Ben Rhoades for his version of events.
Oh yeah, of course this nigga's gonna lie all over the place. Here we go.
Rhoades said Kathleen was crazy and described her as a lot lizard, the trucker's term.
A lot lizard.
For a woman who trades sex for rides. He claimed that she solicited him and that she liked it rough, though they never actually had sex.
She got wrapped to total folder.
He refused to provide any...
Nigga called her a lot lizard? Bruh. Smash that like button, guys. We're at 1,800 likes on YouTube. Sorry, 1,800 of you guys watching True Crime Sundays, Fed React Sundays. Let's get to 1,200 ninjas. We're at 1,100, 1,153 right now. Less than 50 to go. You guys are doing pretty good with the likes. Smash the like button. The real niggas show up for these Sundays. Did you see the movie Blink Twice? No, I did not. Anthony Silvers. Me when the lot lizards pull up to the truck stop. Oh yeah, we got a couple truck drivers in here. Them boys are killing more journalists. Yeah, they are, bro. They've killed like 200 to 300 of them, man.
Any details about what happened in the truck's sleeper compartment.
What happened? I mean, she's handcuffed. Sure.
He talked around the subject, never admitting to any crime.
Can you please remove your...
Police photographed Rhoades' wound. It looked like a bite mark on his left shoulder, just as Kathleen had described. Rhoades claimed he sustained the injury while loading his truck, but Detective Barnhart believed Kathleen's story.
She told me she tried to bite his throat, but he moved and she bit him on the left upper shoulder. And we've got a photo of her bite mark, and her story completely corroborated, you know, what happened in that sleeper cab.
All right, so when you got crazy people like this, the physical evidence is going to be super important, right? So despite the fact that she might not necessarily be the most credible person, if the physical evidence lines up, it gives her more credibility.
Prosecutors arrested Robert Ben Rhoades and held him for aggravated assault, sexual assault, and unlawful imprisonment. But their only witness, Kathleen Vine, suffered from paranoid delusions. To keep him behind bars, they needed additional witnesses. Kathleen's claim that Rhoades had been kidnapping women for 15 years haunted Detective Barnhart. He entered Rhoades' name into the NCIC in case other agencies had reported similar crimes.
Yeah, 15 years is crazy.
As the detective pursued the case, it made headlines across the Southwest. A Houston police officer was among those who read about it. The trucker detained in Arizona sounded like the same man who was stopped outside of Houston earlier in the year. Police suspected Rhoades had held a woman captive in his truck for 6 days, raping and torturing her until she finally escaped.
That was the first girl, if you guys remember, from the 90s. With a dog chain.
They were unable to press charges since the woman failed to identify him. Houston Police Sergeant Bomar described the case to Detective Barnhart.
I was contacted by Sergeant Bomar. His was the case where the young lady escaped. I was fairly positive that Robert Rhoades was at least a serial rapist. I had suspicions that he might be a murderer.
Since Rhoades had crossed state lines since his last crime, Detective Barnhart contacted the FBI to request assistance. He hoped that with the FBI's support, he could gather enough evidence of the trucker's serial sex crimes to build a case that would stick. Special Agent Bob Lee of the Houston FBI field office knew the place to start was in Rhoades' Houston apartment. He spoke to Rhoades' landlord. She had checked the apartment after the trucker's arrest and was horrified to find bloodied torture devices. Based on her statement, Agent Lee secured a warrant to search the premises.
That's some good probable cause, man. The person that like owned it, like went in there, is like, yeah, I saw a bunch of bloody torture tools. Yep, that's gonna be a search warrant easy.
We know that serial rapists often keep souvenirs from their victims, whether it be a piece of clothing or a
Yep, they always do, sick fucks. They wanna like relive it.
Piece of jewelry or whatever. When we went in, we found bondage paraphernalia, we found chains, we found handcuffs, we found a rack that someone could be tied to. We found a lot of women's jewelry.
Agents and Houston police also found bloody white towels, women's clothing, and stacks of photographs. The snapshots depicted some women with shorn hair in various states of undress, bound and bruised.
Definitely looks like her. Yes.
Nigga took pictures, bro. He said, fuck it. I don't care if I got the evidence. Hey guys, let's get to 1,500. We're at 1,200 right now. Let's get to 1,500, my ninjas. Quick word from our sponsors, by the way. All right, guys, we're going to be stepping it up with the OSS, but only for the guys that are the real active supporters. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to start giving away merch bundles once a month. All kinds of merch can be given away to you guys for supporting. Also, we're going to be doing call-in parts of the show where members of the OSS Army can go in and call into the show and give their takes on certain different types of topics, whatever we're talking about on that particular day. Also, we're going to start doing shows, guys, where we're going to do parts that are only OSS members so that we can actually say what we want to say, put the memes up on screen that we want to put up, and not have to worry about censorship. Unfortunately, even on regular platforms, we can still get clipped and put out of context and still be labeled for cancellation. All the uncensored stuff that we want to do, it's going to be on the OSS members portion only. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Oh my God, Myron, no, I can't afford it. No problem. It's going to be only $1 to get in, guys, for the first month, and it goes to regular dues price. So get in there, join us, allow us to be able to continue the fight against censorship, because even on free speech platforms, they clip our shit and try to cancel us anyway. All right, let's get back to it, ninjas.
Investigators believe that Rhoades shot the...
And the merch, guys, get in the merch. The merch is live. New drop, as you guys know, a bunch of new designs. Don't pay full price. Get the code that you get the code by joining the OSS Ninjas.
Photos as souvenirs of his crimes to relive his victims' terror. Though agents now had evidence that Rhoades was likely a serial rapist, they were unable to identify any of his victims from the photos. With no additional witnesses, the case in Arizona was still weak. Prosecutors' only witness, Kathleen Vine, was questionable. The trial would be a contest of he said, she said, and a mentally disturbed woman might leave jurors unconvinced. By December 1990, the best Arizona prosecutors could do was to offer Rhoades a deal. 6 years, including time served and work release eligibility, if he pled guilty to the charges against Vine. His attorney accepted. In about a year, Rhoades could be out on parole, stalking new prey. By October 1991, a year after 14-year-old Regina K. Walters was found murdered in Illinois, her case remained unsolved. Special Agent Mark Young, an FBI profiler, predicted the murderer was probably a trucker or traveling salesman with prior sexual offenses. His signature behavior was to hack off his victim's hair. Agent Young spoke to...
Yeah, that's a unique thing, to hack off their hair. Again, that comes back to the control thing that I told you guys about before. Adam Russell says, W. Myron, I'm listening to you while driving an 18-wheeler. Hey, nigga, you better not kill nobody. If you work for a company, wouldn't they be able to track his routes and correlate adjacent murders that way? Yes, but this is 90s, bro. Did you see that the dildo rabbi butt plug crying Oy vey in Austria? What was he doing there in the first place? Bro, nigga was starting problems, bro. He's an idiot, man. Rabbi Shmuley is the most insufferable person on the internet. Martin, you ever ride an 18-wheeler? No, thank you. Sloucho says, there is no explanation for Catherine Timp's meteoric rise at Fox News other than her sleeping way to the top, talentless and insufferable. Oh, the bitch. Okay, I see what you're saying. Dude, I did not know who that chick was. I swear to God, dude, Sloucho, I did not know who she was, bro. At all. I did not know who she was.
To area law enforcement agencies hoping they had open cases that might match the profile.
One day, Bob Lee, who's was an agent in the FBI on the Violent Crime Squad, overheard me talking on the phone to a police officer. And he said, hey, I had a case I had worked a few months back where a truck driver kidnapped a young girl and her head hair was cut just like you're saying.
The victim's name was Nicole Tuttle. She had also been raped repeatedly and had escaped the day Regina Walters and Ricky Lee Jones were last seen alive, on Monday, February 5th, 1990. That same day, Houston police had stopped a trucker named Robert Ben Rhoades, who fit Nicole's description of her attacker. At the time, she told the officers it was the wrong man. Special Agent Bob Lee from the FBI's Houston field office recalled that Nicole later changed her story in the hospital where she was treated for her wounds.
Later that night, she told the detectives that Robert Ben Rhoades was, in fact, the individual that had kidnapped her.
Oh, my God. Fucking idiot. Dude, and they don't realize that they just make it harder for everybody else when they do that dumb shit, bro. Well, it was him. Bruh. Bitch, you just saw him. God damn, man.
Fatality.
That's going to be a nightmare for the defense, like for the prosecution now.
When asked if she wanted to press,
I get it. They're very, they're highly emotional, erratic. Like, She saw the guy, she froze up. Oh my God, that's really him. I don't want to say it's him though, because who knows what might happen. But it's like, dude, that is going to be a nightmare for the prosecution, because now the defense is going to sit there and say, well, wait, first you said it wasn't my client. Now you're saying it is my client. Like, bro, they're just going to attack her credibility crazy. And then most of the time, these girls are already sex workers. So they attack them on that off rip. So it just makes things extremely difficult.
As charges, she told the police officer that all she wanted to do was go home.
Yeah.
Lee also told Agent Young that Nicole was not the trucker's only victim. Rhoades was serving time in an Arizona prison for the assault of Kathleen Vine and was eligible for work release in just 3 months. The agent then described the search of the trucker's residence.
And he said, we found some photographs in his apartment, some of his own pictures, with somebody else with short hair, who it seems like she was at a barn.
The chilling photos portrayed a young girl at different locations, wearing a variety of seductive outfits. At the barn, she was in a black dress, shielding herself from Rhoades' camera.
When I saw those photos, I said, this is Regina Walters. In order to verify that, I went to the family, and I got several of their pictures, and there are facial characteristics and markings that exactly duplicated the pictures Rhoades took.
Oh shit, they got him.
The FBI began to build a kidnapping and murder case against Robert Ben Rhoades.
Because he's moving these girls interstate.
They revisited the evidence from the search of Rhoades' apartment and found more photos of Regina. They also found several articles of women's clothing, including a black dress, which lab examiners confirmed was the dress Regina had worn in the photos. Illinois State Agent Mike Sheely was notified. He forwarded the evidence found in the Greenville barn to the FBI lab in Houston. Lab examiners discovered that the cotton fiber recovered in Illinois was consistent with the bloody towels found in Rhoades' Houston apartment, but the results were inconclusive since that type of towel was so common. Detective Jackson from Pasadena, Texas, met with agents Sheely, Young, and Lee at the Houston FBI field office.
So you got Houston FBI, Illinois State Police, Pasadena Police Department out of Texas, Arizona's involved, right? Because that's where the trooper caught him.
To discuss what they needed for a solid indictment against Rhoades, not only for Regina's murder, but for crimes against his other nameless victims. With Rhoades nearing his release date, Illinois State Agent Mike Sheely knew they were racing against the clock.
He was eligible for parole, and that he was actually eligible to work outside the prison almost on a release system. And so...
Oh, that's crazy, bro. A says, hey, Myron, when's the DC show going to be out on YouTube? It'll be out next week. I finally stopped smoking weed because of you, Myron. I'm on day 4, and I have no cravings to go back. Thank you. You're welcome, Night Star. Weed is for losers. I'm glad that you quit, bro. Every single one of you guys that are watching the show right now or listening to the show, broadcast, weed is for fucking losers, bro. If you're smoking weed, you need to seriously reconsider what the fuck you're doing with your life as a grown-ass man. Honestly, dude. Marijuana is for fucking losers. The only people that can get by on smoking weed are women, okay? Because nobody gives a fuck about women, to be honest, if they're successful or not. As a dude, bruh, you gotta be on point. So guys, if you're smoking marijuana as a grown-ass man, you're a fucking retard. That's all I gotta say.
We were under pressure to have the indictment.
Alcohol and weed will ruin your fucking life, guys. I promise y'all, man. If you get rid of alcohol and weed, you're going to be way more productive and get shit done. Alcohol and weed are for fucking losers, chat.
And to get him arrested on our charges.
You have a seat here.
All right.
Agents interviewed Rhoades' former Houston employer, Mike Eggleton.
And I'm here to talk to you about one of your employees.
The trucking firm owner was not surprised to see him. Eggleton had been questioned by authorities about Rhoades before.
I got some logs here.
A few years.
Yeah, oh, yeah, y'all here for Rhoades? Okay. Well, let's go. Not even surprised.
Years back, local police suspected the trucker of assaulting a woman in the back of his rig, but no formal charges were ever filed. The truck Rhoades had driven had been sold, but Eggleton...
And we got this loser in the chat, June the Prodigy says, as I hit my bong. Yeah, nigga, and you know what's funny? June the Prodigy, you talk some of the most shit in the chat, and you're a fucking loser hitting bong still. Isn't that interesting? The niggas that talk the most shit to me tend to be the biggest fucking losers. Isn't that interesting? Niggas said, I just hit my bong. Congratulations, you're a fucking scumbag loser. Good job, dude. Good job. And you were one of the idiots that talks the most shit in the chat. It's amazing me how the biggest losers got the most to say every single time, bro.
Provided its vehicle identification number, as well as Rhoades' trucking logs and fuel receipts. While agents waited for a trace to come back on the truck's ID number, the team began to assemble a timeline of the trucker's travels. Agents found fuel receipts from a gas station in Ennis, Texas, dated March 17, 1990, the same place and date as the call made to Regina's father, Jerry Walters.
Oklahoma City.
Several of the local calls to Regina's mother, Carolyn, also coincided with Rhoades' time in Houston. One question about the calls remained. The killer could easily have gotten Carolyn's number from missing persons flyers posted around town. But how had he gotten Jerry Walters' unlisted home number?
Shout out to Mike Byrne with the 5 gifted on Rumble. Thank you so much, my friend.
Agent Young found the answer in evidence stored in Arizona.
It was in that evidence that we located Regina Walters' little spiral notebook. And the front cover was all of her personal information, her mother's address and phone number and her father's.
When Young flipped the notebook...
And that's just so you guys know, back in the day, right? You didn't have cell phones or any of that stuff. People wrote shit down, man. People wrote shit down, old school.
Over, he found something even more disturbing. A message that he believed was written by Rhoades himself. A knife and gun were drawn above a phrase that appeared to have blood dripping off its letters. The phrase read, "Ricky's a dead man." Only a DNA test would confirm if the partial remains of the young man found in southeast Texas was Ricky Lee Jones. Unfortunately, investigators lacked a known source of Jones's DNA to perform a comparison.
And everywhere else.
Since Rhoades claimed to have been abducting and torturing his victims for the past 15 years, the team submitted their timeline to VICAP, the Violent Criminal Apprehension Program, an FBI database that lists thousands of solved and unsolved crimes nationwide. Despite the limited information and gaps in the timeline, Detective Jackson was not surprised when the system returned over 50 possible matches with open homicide and missing persons cases.
His trips from Houston to Baltimore to LA and back in a matter of 4 to 5 days at a time could just give you an idea of how many people he has access to and remote locations that he could abuse these people and dispose of them.
A week later, agents tracked down Rhoades' truck in Houston. 2 years had passed since Rhoades had driven the rig. The cab had since been steam cleaned, repainted, and used by other drivers. But evidence of his crimes somehow survived. Investigators recovered a single strand of head hair that was consistent with Regina's. Miraculously, they also found a small fingerprint on the vinyl upholstery in the sleeper compartment that matched her prints. That proved she had been in the truck, but it did not prove when or whether she'd been there against her will. By January of 1992, almost 2 years after Regina had disappeared, investigators determined the evidence was not decisive enough to prove interstate kidnapping. They dropped the federal case.
Oh, that's an L.
With Rhoades' parole hearing just a week away, investigators convinced the Bond County prosecutor to press charges in Illinois for capital murder. They knew the evidence was circumstantial, but they pressed on.
I feared that he could escape, and I also believe that due to the overcrowding in the prison systems and those sort of things, that he could be released.
On February 6th, investigators traveled to the Arizona State Prison in Florence to serve the warrant to Rhoades. Their plan was to confront Rhoades with photos of Regina, hoping to prompt a confession. An incriminating statement would bolster their case.
Remember her?
The suspected serial killer was unfazed, even so.
Yeah, and they've been doing this for so long, man. They're prepared for when the cops have inevitably come.
We spent approximately an hour with him, but Rhoades was was unwilling to speak with us and denied any involvement in the death, and was very firm in his denials. And at that point, we knew that we were going to have to prove our case.
Agents believed Rhoades knew.
And of course, we get a couple of retards that say, Joe Rogan smokes weed. Bro, I'll never, yo, you guys are fucking retards, bro. Anytime someone says that, I know they're low IQ. When they say Joe Rogan smokes weed. You do understand that one exception to the rule does not dispute the rule. Like, what the fuck, man? People are dumb.
Knew they were fishing for a confession.
And honestly, dude, if you want to smoke weed and be a degenerate, then get the fuck out of here, honestly. I don't know why you're watching. Like, get the fuck out of here and go watch someone that smokes weed all day. I don't fucking know what to tell you, but you're over here for obvious reasons. Because those niggas can't even fucking formulate a sentence because they're retards.
Because their evidence was...
You're probably tired of watching fucking 20 IQ retarded shit on Kick and fucking Twitch.
They suspected this arrogant man was betting he could beat the charges. Maybe he believed that they didn't care enough about his victims to earn a conviction.
A lot of serial offenders, whether they're killers or other sexual predators, will pick victims that they consider the forgotten people because they're banking on that element that law enforcement and society doesn't really care about hitchhikers or less wealthy people, less established folks. He preyed on that type of person in the hopes that he wouldn't get the attention that did happen.
Almost 2 years after the death of Regina K. Walters and the kidnapping and sexual assault of at least 2 other women, Robert Ben Rhoades was extradited from Arizona to stand trial in Illinois. He and his attorney managed to delay the trial date for 6 months. On September 11th, the overconfident trucker lost his nerve. In a Bond County, Illinois courthouse, his attorney pled down the capital murder charge that carried a possible death sentence. He accepted an offer of first-degree murder with a penalty of life. Rhoades was sentenced to...
Yeah, they're always scared to die, bitch-ass niggas.
...life in prison without the possibility of parole. Even as he serves his time in the maximum security prison in Chester, Illinois, investigators have not abandoned the case. They continue to gather evidence, committed to proving that Regina K. Walters...
We got people coping in the YouTube chat to smoke weed. All right, bro.
...was not Rhoades' only murder victim.
There is one other picture of a female as yet unidentified that got into the truck with him. We're somewhat concerned whether that may be another victim.
100% another victim.
Anybody that gets into the comfort zone of the truck of a serial killer may potentially be another murder victim.
Investigators continue to work on identifying the unknown women from Rhoades' past.
Serial killer victim.
Who was it? Yeah, they don't definitely. Yeah, she's definitely another victim. And this guy, he tried to join the military, got a dishonorable discharge. He's in Illinois right now. Antax. Where is he right now? Menard Correctional Center, known as the. Okay, it's in Illinois. So, yeah, absolutely nuts, man. All right, let me read some chats here. I got another. I might do another episode of FBI Files for you ninjas. Might do another one for you guys. But before I get into the chats, we also got some. We also do have. Quick word from our sponsor first, ninjas. All right, guys, we're going to be stepping it up with the OSS, but only for the guys that are the real active supporters. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to start giving away merch bundles once a month. All kinds of merch can be given away to you guys for supporting. Also, we're going to be doing call-in parts of the show where members of the OSS Army can go in and call into the show and give their takes on certain different types of topics, whatever we're talking about on that particular day. Also, we're going to start doing shows, guys, where we're going to do parts that are only OSS members so that we can actually say what we want to say, put the memes up on screen that we want to put up, and not have to worry about censorship. Unfortunately, even on regular platforms, we can still get clipped and put out of context and still be labeled for cancellation. All the uncensored stuff that we want to do, it's going to be on the OSS members portion only. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Oh my God, Myron, no, I can't afford it. No problem. It's going to be only $1 to get in, guys, for the first month, and it goes to regular dues price. So get in there, join us, allow us to be able to continue the fight against censorship, because even on free speech platforms, they clip our shit and try to cancel us anyway. And Tuesday is going to be the first call-in show, guys. I got it set up pretty much. I think so. So Tuesday is going to be the first call on Show Ninjas. It's going to be a good time. Okay, let's read some of these chats. Okay, Iron Aztec says, how many active serial killers do you think are out there right now? Plenty, bro. I know there's one in Austin right now that they still haven't caught. Nobe says, as a trucker, I can tell you lot lizards are real, although they are not around as much as they used to be. I had one knock on my door for the first time in my 3 years trucking while I was trying to get sleep a month ago. Unfortunately for her, I'm an OSS member and now a desperate, thirsty simp. Good for you, Nobe. Yeah, you're probably fat as hell too, ugly. Saw the FNF show on flacking last week. Flaking? If I invite, on flaking you mean? Okay. If I invite a bitch for the first date, should I tell her where we going or should I let it be a mystery? Let it be a mystery. Tell her you're going to take her somewhere, but don't tell her where you're going to go. Vel says, I smoke weed before the gym. It helps me. Not everyone can handle it, I guess. Definitely not, bro. Hold on one sec. I might do another episode of the FBI Files with you guys. Let's see this one. Deadly Pale. Let's look at this one real quick.
A small town in Nevada faces disaster. A holiday weekend, 250,000 tourists, and a 1,000-pound bomb that could explode at any second. The device cannot be disarmed. It cannot be moved without detonating.
Here we have the all clear. Stand by for
the FBI, it's a worst-case scenario.
Okay, that's one. This is Rebellion in Paradise. This is Puerto Rico terrorism. I'll let you guys pick which one you guys want.
In Puerto Rico, violent militants murder a policeman, then turn their guns on a busload of unarmed Navy workers, and open fire on American sailors in the street. These ruthless killers have vowed to fight to the death. And the FBI must use every tactic at their disposal to track down the terrorists and end this rebellion in paradise.
Yeah, Puerto Rican terrorism was crazy back then. And then we got another episode here, Global Pursuit. Let's see what this one's about.
On a highway in Northern Virginia, a brazen daytime shooting of employees from the Central Intelligence Agency stunned the country. The FBI were called in, but the nationwide search quickly became a far-reaching international manhunt. Agents hoped that after years of investigation, a daring operation halfway around the world would put an end to the global pursuit.
You know, I think that this one might be the one. I've heard about this one before. I think we'll do this one. All right. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything from you guys. So yeah, so we'll have our first call-in show Tuesday because we'll be able to go longer. And I'm not feeling too good, guys. I'll be honest with you guys. Feel kind of sick, man. Been feeling ill all day since I fucking left DC this morning. So, we'll watch maybe one more episode. And then I'll definitely be live tomorrow at 5. Also, got Anton Daniels in the house tomorrow. That's going to be a good time. Anton Daniels is in the house tomorrow. Fresh and fit. So, that's going to be fun. Will the call-in show be on Rumble? No, that's probably going to be OSS only. Or what I'll do is I'll keep it on YouTube and Rumble, but only OSS people can call in, a.k.a. the number's only going to be put to the OSS guys, probably in the Telegram chat, to be honest with y'all. So only OSS guys can call in. So yeah. Yeah, I don't feel too great, but we'll keep it trucking.
The victim seemed randomly select. A terrorist fired into rush hour traffic.
Bro, that's crazy. Guys, we got 1,300 likes, man. Let's get to 1,500, guys, and I'll keep the show going. 1,500. Like I told you guys before, your boy doesn't feel the greatest, but he's still here. So smash that like button, guys. Also, while I wait for you guys to smash the like button, new merch drop is here, ninjas. Okay, new merch drop is here. You got the 110, right? With the skull. We got the 110 with the tree, right? We got the Cookie Monster, the hoodie, which I'm wearing right now, as you guys can see. It's a very nice design. Okay. Also comes in a shirt. Got MGX red, white, and blue. Ninja Watcher, MGX, hats, OSS Liberty. Got the Bison. You got the OSS, obviously, the Legacy, and then obviously you got the Punisher one here. I got to get this one for myself right here. I don't even got this one myself. Punish bad behavior, ninjas. All right. So, go ahead and pick up your merch, guys. Discount code is in Telegram. Telegram has a discount code, 15% off for you guys. All right. We're at 1386, guys. Come on. Let's get 100 more likes on the video and we'll keep going. I feel like shit, but I'm still here for you guys. Feel like crap, but I'm still here. All I ask is that you guys smash that like button. Join the OSS, only $1 to join. Most base community. We're 100 away, ninjas. We're 1390. Smash that like button. All right, we're at 1411. Nice. 80 to go, guys. Less than, yeah, about 80 to go. Let's go, ninjas. 80 to go, ninjas. $60 to go, ninjas. Jacob Weiss says, did you see the recent Al Jazeera journalist targeted by the IDF? I'm not surprised anything with the IDF anymore, bro. They've been killing journalists for years, dude. That's what they do. That's what they do, unfortunately. They've been killing journalists for years, bro. $40 to go, guys. We're almost at 1,500. Emily Saves America and the fucking black blonde dude are in Tel Aviv. What's new, bro? The Israeli influencers, the Shields. All right, guys, we're 15 away. 15 away, ninjas. For 1,500. All right, I think we're at, we're almost there. All right, let's get into it.
The victims seemed randomly selected, but the motive appeared to be political, targeting employees of the Central Intelligence Agency. I'm Jim Kallstrom, former head of the FBI's New York office. The FBI quickly became involved in the investigation, processing more than 2,000 leads and crossing an ocean in the effort to deliver justice.
All right, before we get into this thing, Nobi says, Myron, if you're feeling sick, eat a couple of kiwis before you go to sleep. It's a health code, a health cheat code. I do spinach normally, but thank you for the suggestion. Myron, can you please take a minute and explain your thoughts on weed and alcohol? I've explained it many times, Jamie. Weed and alcohol is for losers. There's no benefit to it. It will only fuck you up. Stay sober, my friends. Myron, do you need a nigga to Uber Eats a nigga some vitamin C? Nah, man, I'm okay, bro. Thank you very much, though, Kranz. Runs Off Diesel says, a lot is happening in Australia, Myron. Don't know whether you pay attention to Australian politics. I don't. But massive rallies and uproar from immigration, blah, blah. Massive nationwide Australia first rallies happening on the 31st of August. Estimated to be close to 1 million people just in Melbourne alone. Okay. Good. Hopefully you guys get your country back because you guys are cooked. Bro, you guys can't even throw an O/ without it going to jail, bro. That's crazy to me, bro. Can't even do an O/ without going to jail.
Langley, Virginia, a suburb of Washington, D.C., is home to the headquarters of the Central Intelligence Agency. Monday, January 25th, 1993. Another...
How old were you niggas back in 1993? Chat, how old were you back in 93? January 1993, how old were you back then? Were some of you guys even born? Not banned here. Thank you, Myron and Rumble. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, I was 3 years old, too. Somebody said they were 23. Damn, you old as fuck, nigga. How are you 23 and 93, bro? You old as hell, nigga. Damn. Someone says 6'10". Yeah, we got some old niggas in here. Somebody was 17. Damn, bro. Yeah, some of y'all niggas in here are old, bro. Damn. All right. Somebody said -6.
Work week.
Hey, you niggas that weren't born, we don't give a fuck about y'all, man. The dudes that were alive. Not you niggas that weren't born. We don't give a fuck about y'all, man.
It started for thousands of CIA employees who routinely commute to their jobs at America's Global Intelligence Agency. Workers of varying security clearance and experience waited at the long light to turn left into the CIA compound. All were alone in their cars, except a young couple who had met at the CIA and had recently been married.
Yeah, lots of relationships were developed at the CIA, man, for obvious reasons.
As newlyweds, they seemed to have their entire life ahead of them. Then the young man was struck from behind by a gunman's bullet. 2 employees behind the shooter fled from their vehicles as the man walked forward. A 3rd employee sped off before he could fire. 2 more ran the red light as their cars were peppered by bullets. The gunman then shot into a 6th car, hitting the 61-year-old man twice at point-blank range. Behind that car, the shooter realized the first man he shot was still alive. He aimed at the wounded man, this time killing him, but sparing his wife. Only 1 other employee remained. Frozen by fear, the 66-year-old was killed instantly by 2 quick shots.
Damn, this nigga's crazy.
After the young woman heard the killer speed off, she ran for safety. Dozens of urgent 911 calls flooded the switchboard in Fairfax County, Virginia. All available units were ordered to respond. Emergency personnel from several towns raced to save those that clung to life. Fairfax County Detective Fred Fife is assigned as lead detective.
One of the first steps was to make sure that the scene itself was safe. We weren't sure what type of individuals we may have been dealing with, so we had to set up an armed security around the scene to prevent, a further attack.
Choppers searched for the fugitive from overhead. Several motorists reported seeing him flee into the surrounding woods after he drove off. The CIA immediately dispatched its tactical security forces to comb the 250-acre compound in and around headquarters. An exhaustive search turned up nothing. Authorities secured a 3-mile radius and closed busy Route 123 except to emergency personnel. At the crime scene, police found 2 dead and 3 critically wounded. 4 others escaped unharmed, 3 of them women. FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett arrived moments after the shooting.
The first thing you do when you walk into a crime scene is, what's the obvious? Well, the obvious is this appears to be directed towards the CIA. It might be directed towards the individuals that were shot. But it was clearly somebody wanted to make a public statement during the rush hour traffic.
Yeah, that's crazy. During rush hour, bro?
The victims were rushed to area hospitals as investigators began to interview the survivors. Their first step was to alert the public and area law enforcement to the description of the fugitive and his vehicle. But most witnesses saw little, and their accounts varied.
The witnesses stated that the suspect was a male, mostly olive-complected type individual.
You already know what that means.
Armed with a rifle. And that was pretty much the composite description we were able to put together. The height varied. The vehicle ranged from being a brown station wagon to a blue truck. I think a lot of the people were in a panic situation and were shielding themselves from being victims.
One woman got a closer look than most. She described the shooter as a man with dark hair in his early 30s, wearing a tan jacket and dark pants. Though he had her in his sights, for some reason, he chose not to shoot.
We looked at the individuals that were killed, and we said, could there be a connection? Had they done something in the past that someone could have wanted to take revenge on them for whatever reason, whether it be personal or professional, because you got to look at this both ways.
The immediate crime scene covered an area of 50 square yards. Glass and shell casings littered the roadway. Forensic technicians needed to record every detail before the bodies of the 2 slain victims could be removed from their cars, according to Fairfax County crime scene detective Jeff Miller.
I have a duty to them, and my duty is I have to be their voice. They've been murdered. Here's this person who's silent forever, and somebody has to speak up for them. And so that's the way I look at it, is I'm their voice. And it's my job to find whatever it is that's going to help us find.
Yeah, and the evidence, honestly, is the only voice you have a lot of the times, right? The physical evidence. Because that will tell you what you need to know, hopefully to steer you in the right direction to find a killer.
Find or identify the person who's responsible for this.
Crime scene investigators recovered 10 empty shell casings. They believe they were likely fired from an AK-47. Towards the back of the cars, where the gunman began firing. Technicians also recovered 1 live round.
The forensic evidence always tells the truth. It's never clouded by someone's perspective.
And this post got posted 7 hours ago, by the way, chat. This is the most chilling political crimes in FBI history. So this is obviously 3 different episodes. We're using the CIA one. But you know, you had the one with Puerto Rico and the other one, so.
Perception, it never lies to you. It's always telling the truth.
The Unabomber's also in this episode, by the way.
Truth. And
it's a 4-parter.
My job to find it. All I have to do is find it. And once I find it, and I'm able to examine it, it's going to tell me exactly what happened.
The live round on the ground told investigators that the weapon was a semi-automatic and had most likely jammed before the killer fired his first round. Noting the location of the casings in relation to the shattered glass enabled the team to determine the trajectories and order of the gunman's bullets. Investigators also gathered glass samples from each of the vehicle's broken windows. They hoped the combination of several types of glass found in the same location would prove significant.
You had a number of different cars. Each of the cars was a different manufacturer. It had a German car, had an American car, had a Swedish car. The glass that's put in these cars is all different. If some of this glass had spattered back on the shooter, even though it was microscopic, someone who had these 3 different kinds of glass on their clothing, that might be probative of the investigation.
While investigators continued to gather evidence at the crime scene, agents and detectives visited nearby hospitals to speak to the remaining survivors.
That's obviously going to be your best bet.
The young...
Real quick. A lot of... nope, sorry. Otis says, not banned here. Thank you, Myron Rumble. Got you, bro. Nav says, you think all of OSS and Palantir's list for them boys? Nah, bro, we ain't that important. Castle Club Clan says, I think one of the reasons I don't see lot lizards anymore is because there are so many curry-smelling Indians. That's pretty telling. Even 3 or 4s don't want to smash them. That's hilarious, bro. That's fucking funny. River with an A. It's crazy that people will cry about being called out for smoking weed. You bring blunt about being a loser. I think you mean being blunt about being a loser. Made me realize more about waiting, wanting to quit. Then my dad taught me how weak I am for letting someone control me. Been clean since July 5th. It's not too late, losers. / Yeah, damn right, bro. Joe says, Myron, can you do a couple OIC videos on OSS only? OIC? What do you mean OIC, Joe? Would you ever react to an American Greed episode? What's American Greed? Never heard of it. Joe, what do you mean by OIC?
A young woman who had lost her husband in the assault hadn't seen much since she hid below the dashboard most of the time. She said that the man could have shot her at any moment, but like the previous female survivor, he turned away instead of firing. She also told investigators that she and her husband normally used a different entrance to drive into the CIA compound. FBI agent Brad Garrett wondered...
Oh, DBG with the big 50 gifted. Thank you so much, DBG. Thank you, DBG, for the 50 gifted, bro. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Still here, man. I don't feel the greatest, but I'm here, baby. Thank you so much for the support, my friend.
Who else might have known this?
I didn't know what was going on.
We immediately started looking at who within the CIA, in other words, disgruntled employees, present employees, that may have had a relationship with these people that could have retaliated for whatever reason. There's a lot of bizarre people that have applied to work for the CIA, and they've rejected a lot of people.
At the Fairfax County Command Center, the female witness who had gotten the best look at the gunman worked with a police sketch artist.
Swear.
Based on her description, investigators believe the suspect was of Hispanic or Middle Eastern background.
All right, American Greed is a docuseries. Okay, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I would probably not be able to watch this on YouTube, bro. They'd probably hit me with a copyright. These niggas, man.
She had not gotten as good a look at his vehicle.
Yep. Hispanic or Middle Eastern. Every single time.
But recalled that it was a station wagon. Investigators released the drawings to the public, hoping to elicit leads.
One of the first things we had to do was to get out through the media that afternoon a phone number or a system where the potential witnesses that had been in that area that morning could contact us. And we needed to isolate a phone number for that purpose and get it out to the media as quickly as possible.
ejected on the ground here.
As calls poured in, agents and detectives were still grappling to find a clear motive for the shooting.
He then walked.
If they could deduce a reason for the shooter's actions, it would limit the potential suspect pool.
He fired 3 shots into car D. Then he moved
Agents
up to
searched the
this car.
victims' backgrounds for
Fired 1 shot
possibilities as to why they may have been targeted.
He then walked up to this car and fired 1 more shot into car H.
Once we started looking at the backgrounds of the individuals that were shot, and we looked at the circumstances as to why they were at that intersection, it didn't appear, at least to me, that there probably was a link between them being shot, those particular individuals being shot, and the person or persons that shot them.
Just 8 hours after the shooting, Fairfax County Detective Jeff Miller examined the cartridges recovered from the pavement at the crime scene. He confirmed the shells were from an AK-47 assault rifle, a weapon used primarily by Russian and Chinese armies. Upon closer inspection, Detective Miller discovered a latent fingerprint on the shell.
Oh, okay.
The difficult part about this whole situation was cartridge casing is a cylindrical shape. The fingerprint went about 300 degrees almost all the way around this cartridge case. So what I had to do was photograph it in different steps. I'd photograph it, then I would turn it about 1/16 of an inch, adjust the light so that it was exactly the same, and photograph it again. And then I would continue to do that over and over so that I had photographed the entire circumference of the cartridge casing.
The hour-long process yielded 1 complete fingerprint.
That's a big deal right there.
It was investigators' first solid lead. Detectives fed the print into a system that was connected to 185 other databases throughout North America.
OSS,
We could take that
OSS.
1 latent fingerprint and send it to any automated fingerprint system in North America and ask them to search their database to see if that fingerprint was on file or was recorded within any of their automated systems.
Unfortunately, the extensive search provided no match.
You print it up?
Yeah.
Either the suspect had no record, or he had not committed any crimes within North America. The next morning, police looked for witnesses among area commuters on Route 123 who may have seen something unusual the morning of the attack. They handed out flyers with a sketch of the suspect to 3,000 motorists.
And that also probably means he's not an employee, guys. When you get a job with the government or with law enforcement agencies, whatever, they have your fingerprints.
Intense media attention generated sightings from across the country. None immediately panned out, but the reports were maintained in the command center's growing database. Through the night, patrols on the roads around Northern Virginia and the Washington, D.C. area remained on high alert. That evening, a car fitting the description of the suspects was pulled over by a Virginia state trooper. The trooper called for backup, then approached the vehicle. He had no idea if he had the shooter or if the man was carrying an AK-47. On January 26, 1993, 36 hours after a lone gunman opened fire with an AK-47 in front of CIA headquarters, killing 2 and wounding 3 others, Virginia state troopers stopped a vehicle that fit the description of the suspect's car.
Put your hands up. Keep your hands up.
The killer had been described vaguely as having an olive complexion, medium build, and dark hair.
Okay, buddy, we've been looking for you.
Though the man troopers stopped also fit that description, a fingerprint check confirmed he was not the fugitive.
Okay, then we have,
By now, dozens of personnel from the CIA, ATF, and the FBI had joined Fairfax County Detective Fred Fife's team in pursuit of the murderer.
And as you guys know, it's a murder case, so it's going to go to the state, right? The feds are going to assist, obviously, because of the nature of the government employees being killed and the way they were killed, etc. ATF's going to be involved, yeah. But it's going to be run by Fairfax County detective because it's a murder investigation.
As additional manpower was needed for different areas, they were brought in and supplemented us. The FBI was very generous. They supplied us not only with the hard technology, the computers and so forth, but their clerical staff to maintain the information management system that we had designed, that we felt we could process the leads as they were coming in.
FBI.
Yeah, that's one thing the FBI does very well is they're able to help with support, man. They got an enormous amount of resources.
Special agent.
And obviously with running the command center, so they can get the information and then put it in one central location where it's all at.
Agent Brad Garrett was concerned that despite recovering a fingerprint from a shell casing at the crime
Oh, yep, that's the Washington field office right there.
scene, investigators were still unable to identify the perpetrator or his motive. All they knew for sure was that the gunman used an AK-40.
I think this is
Investigators
probably
were still unable to identify
That's not the Hoover building. This is going to be the field. Yeah, okay.
the perpetrator or his motive. All they knew for sure was that the gunman used an AK-47.
So I made this decision. I said, let's go back and look at all the AK-47s purchased in the last year. And the reason we did that was that typically people who commit these kind of acts buy their weapons a short time or acquire their weapons a short time before they commit the act.
Over the next several days.
So they're going to do that with the ATF with the E-traces. And if you guys watch this show, you guys already know what an ATF E-trace is.
ATF agents visited gun shops in the Virginia and Maryland.
Chat, I don't think I've seen this episode. Chat, I do not think I've seen this episode. So we're going to watch this one together, pause, for the first time.
Area outside of Washington, D.C., since the purchase or possession of firearms is forbidden within city limits. They discovered that 1,000 AK-47s were purchased in Northern Virginia over the past year.
God damn, okay. Holy.
Another 600 had been purchased in Maryland. Agents gathered records of every purchase and entered the gun owners' names into the command center's large computer database.
Remember anything?
At firing ranges within 100 miles of CIA headquarters, agents also questioned gun owners directly.
Agent ATF. We're investigating the shootings near the CIA headquarters.
They asked if they remembered anyone in the past year who matched the suspect's description and had practiced with an AK-47.
Seen this guy?
They remembered no one.
Anybody that even fits this general.
By February 1st, a week after the shooting, investigators hoped their growing database of witness descriptions and gun purchases could provide a common link among the thousands of names and police reports entered so far. Agents and detectives set parameters for the database to cross-reference.
Hey guys, we're about 25 away from hitting 1,600. Let's get 100% engagement on this thing, man. Smash that like button, guys. Better Sundays, right? We still do this. I know they're not the most viewed shows, but I do enjoy these shows. You know what I mean? Covering, because, dude, we cover the news every single day. You know what I mean? Talk about them boys any day, bro. We'll do that tomorrow. We just chill. I don't feel so good myself anyway. So we get to watch some true crime, learn some history, learn some law enforcement tactics, learn some cases. We're at 1588, guys. Smash that like button. Let's hit 1,600. Let's get 100% engagement on this thing, man.
The suspect's physical characteristics with those who made a recent purchase of an AK-47 and who had a local address.
Those of you that are just joining, random guy in the middle of rush hour traffic decides to shoot at and kill a bunch of CIA employees in Langley, Virginia in 1993. And now the local police, ATF, FBI are all working together to try to figure out who the fuck this random shooter was.
The computer returned one name, 28-year-old Aimal Kansi. He had purchased an AK-47 3 days before the shooting.
Bam. And that name?
He was a Pakistani immigrant who lived in Herndon, Virginia, and was reported missing 3 days after the shooting by his roommate.
We got them together, showcasing. Good, great, go ahead.
Investigators immediately dispatched a team of agents to track down Mir Aimal Kansi.
Right, yeah, I do too.
Kansi was not at home, but the roommate who reported him missing worked at nearby Dulles International Airport. Kansi's roommate, also a Pakistani immigrant, was employed by a security company to operate a magnetometer that checked passengers for weapons.
Agent Johnson? Yeah, any question him?
Okay.
Come with me? Yes, sir.
He told the FBI that he hadn't seen Kansi for several days.
Set up an interview sometime soon. No, sir. Okay.
He said he was unable to talk at length since he was on duty, but would meet agents later at his apartment in Herndon, Virginia to answer all their questions.
If anything comes up, just give me a call. Okay, sir.
The roommate added that he was scheduled to fly back to Pakistan later in the week, but would cooperate with authorities until then. When investigators arrived to question the roommate again, he wasn't there. They soon discovered that the roommate had changed his travel plans.
A lot of the plans and commitments that he had told the FBI agent and the detective on Sunday had started to change. He gave a notice at his apartment that he was going to be leaving on Tuesday instead of Thursday. He switched a flight to Pakistan back to Tuesday. That was the first opportunity he would have to fly out of the country. We started finding all this information. He shut his utilities off at his apartment. In other words, he was preparing to leave the United States in a big hurry.
With less than 24 hours until the roommate's flight departed, agents maintained constant surveillance, hoping to catch the roommate or Kansi at home.
What's up?
Their perseverance paid off. They found the roommate alone at home.
So, what happened yesterday?
There were few items in the apartment.
Mind if I was in the bedroom? No, no problem.
It appeared that both Kansi and the roommate were not planning to return. The man didn't know where Kansi was now, but consented to allow the investigators to search what was left in the barren apartment.
Bro, them niggas are about to turn into Goku.
In a suitcase stored in the bedroom, agents discovered a Beretta and Makarov automatic pistols, ammunition for an AK-47, and a bulletproof vest.
About 10 years. About 10 years. I don't really think about that. No, sir.
The roommate denied any knowledge of the weapons and claimed that the suitcase belonged to Kansi.
I didn't know anything about what he carries or what I would watch.
Investigators continued to search the apartment. Under a couch, wrapped in plastic, they found another gun.
I don't talk to him. I don't even have a conversation. He just pays the rent.
It was an AK-47, the same type of weapon used to kill 2 and wound 3 in front of CIA.
That might be the actual murder weapon right there.
Headquarters. The roommate said he didn't know the weapon was there and added that he had only met Kansi a few months earlier when Kansi had first moved in.
The roommate told us that Mr. Kansi initially came to him through another Pakistani because Mr. Kansi was looking for a place to live. The roommate said, fine, you can live with me, and they set an amount of money for Mr. Kansi to live with him.
It's not mine.
They hoped the FBI lab could confirm forensically that they had found the murder weapon.
Bro, you end up with a crazy ass roommate who wants to shoot people, bro. And now the FBI's at your house, cooked. Officer involved shooting, my bad, hit the C instead of S. O-I-S. Sorry, homie. Oh, officer involved shooting. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yo, your boy Lem says, yo, Myron, you need sleep. You look like a fucking zombie right now. Go to bed before you turn into the Walking Dead. Okay. Bro, can you do something on OSS about blood libels? Yeah, we can. Morimoto. Myron, have you seen Officer Tatum's latest X-Post pretty much doubling down on how he's become even more Zionist during the war on Gaza? Even Dan Bilzerian roasted his ass in the comments. I'll cover it tomorrow, bro. I'll cover it tomorrow. Ah, man. Brandon Tatum, man. This nigga, bro.
But for now, their prime suspect, Mir Aimal Kansi, was still unaccounted for. By February 8th, 1993, 2 weeks had passed since a lone gunman opened fire with an AK-47 in front of CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, killing 2 CIA employees and wounding 3 others. The FBI, ATF, and Fairfax County Police believed 28-year-old Mir Aimal Kansi, a Pakistani immigrant, was their prime suspect. At Kansi's apartment in Herndon, Virginia, investigators continued their search where they had found an AK-47, the same type of weapon used in the CIA shootings. Kansi was missing, and his Pakistani roommate, who was scheduled to return to Pakistan the following day, had no idea where Kansi was now, according to FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett.
The roommate told us that he really didn't spend much time with Mr. Kansi. The roommate worked 2 jobs, Mr. Kansi worked a job. They would occasionally go to the mosque together to pray, but that their interactions with each other were very limited. They were in the apartment many times at different times of the day when the other one was gone.
Hoping to assail investigators' suspicions of him, the roommate signed his consent to assist with the investigation. In a closet, investigators found a tan field jacket similar to the one witnesses had described worn by the shooter.
In fact, I've seen him.
The roommate told him the coat belonged to Kansi. Outside the apartment, the roommate pointed out Kansi's vehicle parked at the curb, a small pickup truck. Officers confirmed it was registered to the suspect. Inside, they spotted a map that was open to the CIA headquarters area in Langley, Virginia.
Oh, yeah. This nigga's cooked.
Okay, look at that.
Close by, they also saw a clipping about the CIA director. Agents would need to secure a warrant before they could conduct a more thorough search. If this was the vehicle used by the killer, witnesses' descriptions of the car at the shooting had been wrong. Though the roommate had cooperated with investigators, Fairfax County Detective Fred Fife wasn't going to take any chances.
We knew Mr. Kansi's roommate was planning on leaving the United States because he had purchased airline tickets for a flight out of the United States, which was one way. He was not planning on returning. He was deemed a material witness to the investigation and subsequently taken into custody and held based on his abilities to flee the United States.
And I've done this before. You get a arrest warrant for a material witness. I've done this before myself, where you basically, if you think someone could potentially be deported or they can leave, you hold them as a material witness.
In fact, he was
At police headquarters, investigators continued to question Kansi's roommate.
couldn't pay his bill. He might do something violent. It was the night that
He told them Kansi had worked as a messenger for a local courier service since August of 1992. 6 months earlier, in February 1992, Kansi had received political asylum and a work permit from the Immigration and Naturalization Service.
I don't.
We were fortunate in this case that we had Mr. Kansi's prints because he had no criminal record in the United States, but the Immigration Service here in the U.S. had fingerprinted him at one point because he had asked for asylum here in the United States. So they had a fingerprint card that we were able to get from them.
Lab technicians were called in to process the forensic evidence through the night as the roommate told investigators more about Kansi.
Maniac in front of the TV.
Directed against the American.
He said Kansi was usually quiet. But when he watched television news reports, he became enraged at how Muslims were being treated during conflicts in Bosnia, Iraq, and Israel.
Ah, man.
That's when Kansi vowed to take action.
The roommate eventually admitted that Mr. Kansi had told
them boys, man,
that he was going to go do something big. And we asked him to define big, and he said, well, I'm not sure, but maybe a shooting of some sort. And he mentioned going and doing something big at the CIA, the White House, or the Israeli embassy.
Agents
our foreign policy, man,
believe the roommate was not connected with the shootings. But he was not permitted to leave the country until the investigation was complete. Lab examiners compared the fingerprint lifted from the shell casing found at the shooting to Kansi's fingerprint on file at the INS. They matched.
Yeah, he's cooked. INS is the Immigration Naturalization Service, guys. If you guys, prior to 9/11, or prior to 2003, I should say, the Immigration Naturalization Service was what ICE is today.
Investigators also confirmed that the serial number of the weapon recovered in the apartment matched the serial number of the Chinese-made AK-47 purchased by Kansi 3 days before the CIA killings. Kansi had presented 2 forms of ID for a Virginia State Police background check, and the purchase had been approved within minutes. FBI lab examiners then compared bullets and shell casings test-fired through Kansi's AK-47 with the bullets and shell casings collected from the crime scene by Fairfax detective Jeff Miller.
It's going to be a match.
Firearms examiner was able to say that the bullets at the crime scene were fired from the gun that was collected from Kansi's apartment.
And the reason for that, guys, is because when a bullet travels through the barrel of a gun, it creates a unique rivets in the bullet, right? And basically what that basically does is it makes it like as if the gun has its own fingerprint, okay? So that is how you know if a firearm was used in a crime, because the bullets that are shot out of that gun create a very specific, I guess, pattern on the bullet because the inside of the barrel is unique to that firearm, so it creates a fingerprint. That's how they're able to line it back up.
He's also able to examine the cartridge casings that he test-fired at the laboratory from the AK-47 and compare them to the cartridge casings that I collected at the crime scene. And he was able to say that the cartridge casings at the crime scene were in fact fired from the same weapon.
Technicians next examined the field jacket seized from Kansi's apartment closet. If this was the same coat witnesses had seen the shooter wearing when he fired point blank into their vehicles, tiny shards of glass would be embedded in its material.
You had glass from a German...
Not to mention, I'm sure residue is probably on it too.
...car, glass from a Swedish car, glass from an American car. And if you had all 3 of those types of glass in his clothing or on his shoes, then that would be pretty obvious that he was, if not there, at least he was near the scene when it happened, because he's got all this glass on him. They were able to find glass particles in his clothing that matched the type of glass that came from all of the vehicles at the scene.
Investigators had enough evidence to charge Mir Aimal Kansi with capital murder and malicious wounding. The FBI also filed charges of flight to avoid prosecution and offered a $100,000.
So, unlawful flights to avoid prosecution, that's another charge that they use all the time to make a case federal, right? So let's say they have someone that they're looking for, and they know that that person's obviously fled the country, or they know that they're wanted or whatever. So this is a great way for the feds to be able to get a federal arrest warrant on somebody to avoid prosecution. And obviously, since they're working with the state and locals on this, they were able to file that right away.
Reward for information leading to Kansi's capture. Agents fanned out to interview members of the Washington area Pakistani community. They were looking for Kansi's friends, acquaintances, or anyone who had come into contact with him.
We learned that Mr. Kansi had gone to a market in Herndon, Virginia, and the individual who ran the market had a connection at a travel agency. And we learned through this individual that Mr. Kansi had come to him on the afternoon of the 25th, the day of the shooting, and bought a one-way ticket to Pakistan.
We sell airline tickets. And
The manager said that Kansi had only one suitcase and needed a ride to the airport. So the manager drove Kansi there himself.
a couple of days ago.
Did you see him again or hear
Agents confirmed that Kansi boarded a flight to Quetta, Pakistan, a city less than 80 miles from the Afghanistan border.
That nigga actually made it.
2 weeks after the shooting spree at the CIA headquarters, a worldwide manhunt for the killer got underway. The investigation would begin 8,000 miles away from the crime scene in the Muslim nation of Pakistan. In February 1993, 32-year-old Pakistani Aimal Kansi was wanted by the FBI for killing 2 and wounding 3 CIA employees on the highway outside CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. 2 weeks after the shooting, agents learned that on January 25th, Kansi had boarded a one-way flight to Quetta, Pakistan, a city less than 80 miles from the Afghanistan border. By now, he could be anywhere.
Someone said Pakistan is Myron's people. Are you retarded, bro? I'm not Pakistani. Our Master 2023, thank you for what you do. Appreciate you, my friend.
Finding the fugitive halfway around the world presented overwhelming problems for FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett.
Yeah, and not only that, but like now you have to deal with their law enforcement, their intelligence services. Very difficult to, you know, depending on the country that you're dealing with, of course. But doing things internationally, tough.
One of the difficulties in investigating any case overseas is that, first of all, you have no jurisdiction to begin with.
Yep.
You're just another citizen, a U.S. citizen traveling to a foreign country. So the key in catching any fugitive, obviously, is developing intelligence information.
And you have to rely upon the law enforcement agencies in that country to get anything done. Okay? You have to rely upon them because they're the ones that have the power, the authority to do anything. So, you know, obviously liaisoning and having contacts in that country is critical.
And you do that typically through informants.
The FBI turned to DEA Supervisory Special Agent Gregory Lee for help.
DEA has quite a bit of an international footprint. They got a lot of international offices.
Since Pakistan had been a major source country of heroin and hashish, the DEA already had established many reliable contacts and informants over the previous 10 years. At the time of the investigation, Agent Lee was the resident agent in charge of the DEA's office in Karachi, Pakistan.
Well, the working environment there is a complete contrast to what an FBI agent would be used to working domestically in the United States. And it's like you literally fell out of a tree and then showed up at a place that is foreign to him in every way, to include the language, the infrastructure, how to get around, who to see. We can provide him with protection.
So this is very important. So he was the resident agent in charge, right? They said, let me double check this. Time of investigation, Agent Lee was the
resident agent in charge of the DEA.
Okay, so he was the resident agent out of Karachi, right? So the way it works is this, guys, when you're international, right? So he's the resident agent in charge. He is there as like almost like on a diplomat. He's there on a diplomat fucking passport, right? More than likely a black passport. He's going to be there for multiple years. And anything that's ever needed out of that region at a DEA, they go through him. Now, obviously, the FBI might have not had a Karachi office at the time, or it might have not had strong resources in the region at the time, so they reached out to the DEA, who was obviously within the Department of Justice. So this guy who's there, who is resident agent out of charge, he probably has a couple DEA guys that are there with him, 2 or 3 guys. And then on top of that, he's going to have the state police, he's going to have the federal police, he's going to have the state police, he's going to have the local police, whatever it may be, whatever law enforcement entities that are available in Pakistan, he's going to know and have all the contacts. So someone like him is going to be invaluable because you're like, yo, we're looking for this guy. He committed murder in the United States. He fled to Pakistan. We're trying to find him. Due to him already knowing people there, knowing law enforcement, having informants in the area, the FBI can utilize him because he already has a base there and has the people and knows the people to get the information. When you're in another country, guys, it's another world. It's another world. And half the time, when you're there, right, as a federal agent in another country, you're kind of at the mercy of not only the government there, but the law enforcement there, etc. So you got to know who to know, have the connections, and make things happen. That's just how it goes. So fortunately, DEA already had a presence in the area, so the FBI was able to lean on them to help them find this guy.
United States. And it's like you literally fell out of a tree and then showed up at a place that is
a completely different world.
Foreign to him in every way, to include the language, the infrastructure, how to get around, who to see. We could provide him with protection, with weapons, with anything he needed to help conduct his investigation.
In a country of 135 million people that was politically volatile and had rampant corruption among officials, the FBI would need all the help it could get.
Also, that DEA guy is more than likely going to have vetted units, okay? Vetted units, guys, are when you're working with international counterparts that are, in corrupt countries like this, for example, you're going to have vetted units. That means that these guys went through a background check, a U.S. government background check, and they're vetted and they're trusted. And then in some countries, law enforcement agents, in some countries, DEA guys carry guns, right? So it depends on where they're at. But I wouldn't be surprised if DEA guys in Pakistan carried guns. I wouldn't be surprised.
Agent Garrett also realized that Kansi would have many sympathetic supporters who could hide him in Pakistan or even in neighboring Afghanistan.
He would be respected in Afghanistan. In fact, he was respected in Pakistan. The CIA, in particular, and the U.S. government in general, is not well liked in either one of those countries. And as a result, people didn't want to give you information about him, because they thought what he did was, in some people's words, heroic.
In March of 1993, the U.S. State Department declared Kansi's alleged attack on CIA employees an act of terrorism and raised the reward for information leading to his capture to $2 million.
And that'd be the equivalent to like maybe $4 million today, chat. 90s, roughly just double it. Roughly $4 million today.
With the groundwork established, Agent Garrett boarded a 21-hour flight to Karachi, Pakistan.
Nice Star says, you think the CIA sent some agents undercover to capture Pakistan? 100%, bro. 100%. 100%. You had the law enforcement world trying to catch him for prosecution, and you had the CIA world probably trying to look to kill him.
When he landed, DEA agents had already arranged for him to meet his first contact. Agents distributed pamphlets and matchbooks with Kansi's photo, publicizing the $2 million reward in English, Arabic, and Punjabi.
These things to as many people as possible.
The reward generated leads from as far away as Thailand and London. But informants in Pakistan claimed Kansi was hiding among the small border towns and tribes in Afghanistan.
Kansi's family originally was from Afghanistan. Their family roots go back to Afghanistan. And keep in mind that the city that Kansi is from, Quetta, Pakistan, is only about 80 miles from Afghanistan. And so the natural link between Kansi, Quetta, family heritage, and Afghanistan made sense.
Agents traveled to Kansi's large family home in Quetta and interviewed his brothers who were wealthy landowners. They confirmed that he had visited them back in January, a few days after the shooting in Virginia. Kansi arrived unannounced, carrying only one small bag. That was unusual, considering the length of the trip from the U.S. The brothers also thought it was odd that Kansi was wearing no coat, since winter in Pakistan was then at its coldest. Kansi only stayed for a few days, then left as quickly as he'd arrived. He didn't tell them where he was going, and they hadn't heard from him since.
Not very long, just enough to practice.
A few weeks later, the brothers became aware that their brother Aimal was a wanted terrorist from reports on CNN.
Give your card.
Agents believed it was likely that Kansi had disappeared over the nearby border into Afghanistan.
we knew that it would be safer for him in Afghanistan because, by and large, Afghanistan, particularly back then, is a country that's just basically a bunch of tribes that control.
Wild West. And not only that, Pakistan, look, Pakistan cooperates with the U.S. government, you know, as much as they need to. They are technically an ally of ours, but yeah, he's going to have far more refuge in Afghanistan than in Pakistan for sure.
All different parts of Afghanistan. At that particular time, really had no central government that had control of Afghanistan. So it's like, who would you even go to ask permission to come into Afghanistan?
The investigation had hit a dead end. Agents returned from Pakistan without the fugitive. Kansi's trail went cold for the next 3 years, so the State Department raised the reward for information leading to his capture to $3.5 million. While Agent Garrett waited in Washington for the reward money to flush out a viable informant, he spent time with FBI fingerprint experts. Since so much time had passed, he needed to learn how to recognize Kansi through his fingerprints in order to be certain they had the right man if he was arrested in a remote location.
Come over here.
The agent studied the unique ridges and grooves of each one of Kansi's 10 fingerprints that he'd given the INS years earlier.
I see that. Three key areas.
He was also taught how to fingerprint a resisting suspect under field conditions.
All right, I saw somebody asking Myron, how do I go the annual? I just fixed the annual. It's JFK 9/11 if you guys want to get the annual for OSS. Okay? JFK 9/11 if you want to get into the OSS for the year. So I just renewed it for you guys if you guys want to do that. Well, while we're at it, quick word from the sponsors, niggas. All right, guys, we're going to be stepping it up with the OSS, but only for the guys that are the real active supporters. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to start giving away merch bundles once a month. All kinds of merch can be given away to you guys for supporting. Also, we're going to be doing call-in parts of the show where members of the OSS Army can go in and call into the show and give their takes on certain different types of topics, whatever we're talking about on that particular day. Also, we're going to start doing shows, guys, where we're going to do parts that are only OSS members so that we can actually say what we want to say, put the memes up on screen that we want to put up, and not have to worry about censorship. Unfortunately, even on regular platforms, we can still get clipped and put out of context and still be labeled for cancellation. All the uncensored stuff that we want to do, it's going to be on the OSS members portion only. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Oh my God, Myron, no, I can't afford it. No problem. It's going to be only $1 to get in, guys, for the first month, and it goes to regular dues price. So get in there, join us, allow us to be able to continue the fight against censorship, because even on free speech platforms, they clip our shit and try to cancel us anyway. All right. Back to it, ninjas. OSS Army 110, guys, get in there for the year. All right, guys, sorry, JFK 9/11 for the year, OSS Army $1 for the first month, $10 after that. Don't be a brokey, get in.
This is a case that obviously took a large chunk of my life to work on, you know, and I guess one of my fears might be that we never would catch him, you know, and you know, which is entirely possible.
In April 1997, after 4 years of pursuit, an FBI agent at the U.S. consulate in Karachi, Pakistan, received a call from one of their more reliable sources. The man claimed he had information on Kansi's whereabouts, but the informant didn't want to say more over the phone.
All right.
He told the agent to wait in a public place and that a second man would contact him on his cell phone in an hour. The crowded streets of Karachi would provide ample cover. If the wrong people saw the informant talking to an American agent, he would...
Hey, guys, we got 1,700 likes and 1,700 live viewers, man. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate the 100% plus engagement. Why would someone choose to attack an agency that specializes in you said assignation, but I think you mean assassination, overthrowing governments, and working in the gray? Yeah, dude's retarded, bro. Yeah, nigga is retarded.
Would certainly be killed. As instructed, the agent waited on the street for the call. The agent hoped his contact would have viable information that would finally lead the FBI to Kansi. The informant claimed he not only knew where Kansi was, but that he could put the fugitive in a specific hotel at a certain time to enable his arrest. The informant represented a group of Kansi's protectors who decided the reward money was too great to pass up.
Damn. Cold-blooded.
The highest levels of the U.S. government were involved. The White House approved a secret arrest plan. The Secretary of State then secured permission from the Pakistani leader for U.S. agents to carry out the operation.
Pakistan is very sensitive to their image. They're very proud people. They don't like the idea of a Pakistani being identified as an international terrorist. Somebody.
Yep. And they also don't want to get shit on by the Muslim community either. So they're in a rock and a hard place.
Who would travel halfway around the world to Washington for the purpose of killing CIA employees. To them, he's an embarrassment.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Agents arrived in Pakistan with a special ops team from the FBI training facility in Quantico, Virginia.
Probably the HRT.
Just exactly what our intelligence.
They would need to extract Kansi from a hotel room in a remote desert town in north-central Pakistan, where their informant promised he'd be.
And the HRT guys, if you guys are wondering, this is them right here, FBI, HRT. This is their hostage rescue team, an elite full-time domestic counterterrorism hostage rescue unit within the FBI. So, and they've been around, I think, since like the 80s. Yeah, 1983 to present. Yep. So, yeah, they've been around forever. This is like their highest speed guys right here. And they just 24/7, this is what they do.
Getting his fingerprint is going to be key. Gentlemen, let me direct
Each member would be assigned a task based on a surveillance report of the hotel's layout. Agents secured a room across from the hotel where the informant claimed Kansi would be staying. They had no way to independently confirm if Kansi was there. All they had was the informant's word.
Shout out to MyCock638 for joining for the year. $50 join for the year. Guys, is the best deal. You get in JFK 9/11, get in at $50 for the year, and you become an OSS member. And one of the best things about being in the OSS, guys, is I read your chats. You know, I prioritize the OSS chat by far for everybody else. So you donate $1, you get your chat read on stream. Well, someone chooses an attack. Oh, we got that one already. Welcome to the team, Mike.
Yeah. The informant told investigators that Kansi's room was on an upper floor.
All right, let's do that. That's great.
Okay. Based on the informant's description of the interior layout, agents would have to first secure the lobby and then the stairwell before they could enter Kansi's room. The informant added that the hotel did not lock its front door and had no security guard.
Show us where the person.
We took that information, we developed an arrest plan, how we were going to enter the room, who was going to do hall security, what we were going to do once we were in the room, because it's extremely important when you do arrest scenarios that everyone know exactly where they're going and what they're supposed to do.
Each had their assignments. Once they secured the lobby and stairwell, the front agent would coax the fugitive out of his room by calling for morning prayer. They put on body armor and checked their weapons. To hide their paraphernalia, they wore shalwar kamises, traditional Pakistani clothing, over their Western garb. On June 15th, 1997, the operation to arrest Mir Aimal Kansi went into action. The team arrived at 4 a.m., figuring there'd be fewer people on the street at that early hour. But when they tried to enter the hotel, they found the front door was locked.
We can't get in. So here's 4 Americans dressed up in Pakistani garb standing out, you know, at 4:05 in the morning outside this hotel. Clearly the anxiety was, you know, off the charts because of where you were. It's almost like you're in a dream a little bit. It's like this is surreal.
To make matters worse, the street was filled with people who likely noticed that the Americans were clearly out of place.
Oh, man, that's funny as hell, bro. Oh, man.
We didn't realize that this particular location was extremely hot in the summer. So people started to work at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So the street was full of people. So it's another thing that we didn't calculate for.
The informant had been wrong about the locked door. After 4.5 years of pursuing Kansi, the FBI had hit another obstacle. On June 15th, 1997, an FBI arrest team disguised in Pakistani garb attempted to gain entry to a locked hotel in north-central Pakistan where they believed suspected terrorist Aimal was hiding. But to FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett, it appeared that their informant had misled the team.
When we went up to the hotel, and the initial intelligence was that the door would be unlocked and there'd be no security guard, and we get there and the door is locked, and then within a few minutes we realized that there is a security guard there.
Agents summoned the guard and pushed their way into the hotel. The team secured the lobby and moved quickly up the stairs. They hoped the informant had been correct about Kansi's room number, if the fugitive was in fact there at all. When everyone was in place, the front agent knocked on the door and called for morning prayer to coax out whoever was on the other side of the door. If Kansi was inside, he may be armed. Agents prepared for the worst. The door cracked open, and the agents pushed forward. The man put up a struggle and began to scream. He had to be gagged so others in the hotel would not be awakened.
I tell him, after he calms down a little bit, that if I take the gag off, will you promise not to yell anymore? And he said yes. So we take the gag off. He doesn't yell anymore. I ask him his name. He says an obscenity to me in English. He didn't look.
Fuck you, probably. That's what he said. Fuck you.
Like his picture. He gained weight. And I said, you know, I'm not sure if this is the right guy.
The agent hoped the man's fingerprint would match prints Kansi had provided for the INS 6 years earlier.
Okay, guys.
He inked the suspect's thumb and compared it to Kansi's known thumbprint.
What are you?
The prints matched. After more than 4 years and 8,000 miles, the FBI finally had suspected terrorist Aimal in custody. But their mission was by no means complete. Not only did they have to get Kansi and themselves out of the hotel safely, but also out of Pakistan altogether. DEA Supervisory Special Agent Gregory Lee assisted the FBI with logistical support in Pakistan.
Yep, they had all the plugs, man.
You've got a guy in custody now, and you're in a foreign land. You're about 8,000 miles from home. You're out in what's essentially the high desert that would be Death Valley here. And you're trying to get this guy from Pakistan back to the United States.
Americans holding a Pakistani citizen captive in his own country is dangerous.
Yeah, facts. They got to get the fuck out of there.
Agents drove the international fugitive to a waiting helicopter and flew him to Islamabad, where permission for extradition was granted the next day. FBI headquarters in Washington was informed with a code phrase: the package has been delivered. The arrest team flew Kansi out of Pakistan on an Air Force plane. To avoid landing in a foreign country, the plane was refueled in mid-air, so Kansi could not ask for asylum before facing justice in the United States.
Ah, smart.
During the 21-hour non-stop flight, Kansi confided that he'd been in Afghanistan for almost the entire 4 years while he was on the run. He also claimed responsibility for the shooting in front of CIA headquarters. As a political statement against the CIA of the United States, he had decided to kill workers before they pulled into the heavily guarded entrance. He explained that he didn't shoot any women because Islam forbids it. He said that after the shooting, he was surprised that he was still alive. So he drove to a nearby park, went
Bro was ready to die that day.
to lunch, then bought a plane ticket to Pakistan.
I said, well, why did you quit shooting? Because you had told us earlier that you had all this ammunition on you and that we had found all this ammunition in your apartment. And he said that he ran out of people to shoot.
Affirming that his statement had been given freely and willingly, Kansi signed his confession. After arriving in the U.S., a chopper transported the prisoner to a secure location. Under heavy security, agents delivered Kansi to the Fairfax County Police to face the murder and assault charges. Fairfax County Detective Jeff Miller remembers that day.
Having him captured and brought back to the United States showed to the whole rest of the world that the United States, the FBI, the Central Intelligence Agency, is not going to just let this sort of thing lie and not do something about it. No matter how long it takes, no matter where these kinds of people may hide, the United States is going to do their very best to try and track these people down and bring them back to justice.
Kansi was found guilty of murder, malicious shooting, and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. He was sentenced to death and is scheduled for execution in 2002. In the wake of the shootings, memorials to the slain victims were established on Highway 123, where they fell to the gunman's bullets. The CIA tightened its security at the Langley compound and at all of its offices around the world. The successful investigation would prove to be another in the long line of battles against terrorism.
So here he is right here, by the way. You guys are probably wondering, like, who the hell is this guy? Here he is right here is a real picture. He died in 2002. They killed him. He was executed in 2002. So he actually did get executed when he was supposed to, which is usually not how it goes because you guys know, you know, people stay on death row forever sometimes. So yeah. So that's him right there. All right. So guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. All right. We're going to cover the news. Nice Star says, dumbass should have stayed on the run. Well, he was on a run, bro. They caught him. That's what fucked him up, Nice Star. All right. Merch drop, guys, is out. The merch is out, ninjas. Okay. 110, Tree of Liberty, Cookie Monster, MGX Red, White, and Blue, Punisher, Punish Bad Behavior. Here's the 110 again with the tree in the back. This one has the 110 in the front with the tree in the back. I got this one. And then this one, obviously, Punish Bad Behavior. So, awesome merch, guys. 50% discount in the Telegram group. Telegram group is only for active members of the OSS. We got 4,000 plus you guys in there. All right. So join the army, guys. Join the army. Gonna cover the news tomorrow, guys. We're gonna be stepping. I was thinking about maybe doing. Let me look here. Police activity. How long we been on for? Been on for 3.5 hours. Hold on.
On May 5th, 2025, a deputy...
You guys always like me doing this, reacting to these shootings. So Let's fast forward this shit real quick.
Trying to move the hatch.
Something on the bottom deck.
Hey, fill that thing full of gas. That'll make it. Hey, we're deploying 40. 40 millimeter. 40 launch. Let's at least get him here. He's trying to come. Hey! Hey! No! 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 Come down.
Chris, watch your crossfire. I'm going to come over to your bow. Chris, I'm going to come over to your bow.
He's right there on the bottom. See him?
He's in the bottom cabin now.
You ready? We're going to punch. You ready? We're going to punch the bottom. You ready? Go for it. Corner. 40. Go for it. 40. Impact glass. Give me a hand up to you, Garrett. What do you want, the black ones?
44, 40, Mike. Deployed.
All right, hit it. 40! There you go. Get on. Do it again. Want another one?
Yeah, 12. 98 to Joe for now.
Counter 98.
Hey, he's going to the bow of the boat. On the bottom deck.
It's coming out to us?
Get after the bow. Hey, guys. Come back. Come. Hands up. No. Hey.
Sorry, he's laying down on the bow of the boat.
You want to go on and get him? There is another person.
All right, hey, we just have to maintain security, right?
Stand up and walk.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Los manos arriba.
Hands up.
Aquí up.
Walk down this side.
Come.
Walk. Come.
Outside. Outside.
A key.
Here. This way.
A key.
Their Spanish is so bad, bro.
Hey, we need a Spanish speaker. 40,
Yeah, no shit, bro. You need a Spanish speaker.
40. Nice. Good.
Be advised, he's laying down.
You got one or two?
I ain't got a key.
Bruh.
Your dog speaks Spanish? Oh. Spanish! Anybody speak Spanish?
Maybe one more round in that top corner, and then you can shoot a gas round through there.
Whoever's on that boat should come over here. Like before we board it with you at least.
Yeah, this shit cooked. All right. Let's see here. I know you guys like this channel, Police Activity. All right. Let's see what we got here. Seen a couple of these already. Oh yeah, this one was wild. This one's crazy.
All right, Sarge, I'm gonna go back up with RJ. Hey, Sarge, she said she's seen him multiple times walking around out here. So he does probably live here. Can we get HFD to the location? One female conscious and breathing. Says she was hit in the face.
All right, we're gonna fast forward this shit.
You good?
Yeah. Hold on. So they chase after a guy, right?
13, I need units back here. I think I got eyes on the suspect. Back at the original location. Hey! Come here. Come here. Police department. Police department. Raise your fucking ass.
Who that, police? Oh, no, man.
I got taser. Lift your ass, you're gonna get tased. He has a gun. He has a gun. Let me see your fucking ass. He has a gun. Suspect has a gun.
Cooked. All right, let's go to the guy that was the one that fired because he has the best shot here. So this dude's on another call, by the way, chat. He's like on another fucking 911 call. Okay? And he hears this commotion coming from the other side. So here he is. He's showing up for a whole other thing. And he hears them coming.
You're checking by, send me a message. Stay out there.
Show me your hands now! Now! Show me your hands! Show me your hands now!
Oh. Bro's been putting some time in at the range.
Show me your hands!
So here he comes right here, right?
Show me your hands!
So show your hands.
Now!
Now, you can see the gun is right here in his right hand. Bam.
Show me your hands now!
Cooked.
Shots fired. Clear shot. Just have it to the head. Shots fired. 5 shots fired.
Hey, let's get units out of here. Another sergeant, 1307. I'm the one that shot.
And then the guys try to render aid. They try to render aid, bro, but it was a waste of time. He was cooked. Dude was dead instantly. You guys, I don't even got to show you guys this other shit here. But, yeah, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. We saw this one. This one was fucked up. That bro got cooked. Oh, yeah, this is the one that went viral on TikTok. When the black dude tried to show up from his side, but he actually like was a fucking retard and deserved to get hit like this. People are stupid, bro. People are really retarded.
Stop fucking reaching! Do not reach! Do not reach! Give me your hands! Stop reaching! Watch my hands. Bro, give me your hands! I got shot in my head, dude! Give me your hands!
I got light.
Stop reaching!
Stop reaching!
Hey,
man.
Stop!
I'm trying to get...
Andrew, stop! Shots fired, Granny Collins. 256 to ready, shots fired at the police. Andrew, you good? Send ambulance. Andrew's hit. Give me it. Tourniquet. This leg. Up, high.
North Avenue.
High or die, Chad. That's what they teach you.
At Foster and South Avenue, North Avenue. Poland.
256 to ready, got one offender down, got one weapon recovered. Oh my God. A timestamp for the tourniquet squad. Hey, offender's here, I got a gun right here. Hey, I shot, okay? All right. Close the door.
You hit anywhere else, Andrew?
Take his vest off. I won't run away. We gotta sweep. Hey, dude, I shot him right here, bro. I shot him in the neck and in the head, bro. He had a gun and shot him.
My radio's not working. My radio's not working. Somebody have a working radio?
Hey, good? So I went over there with everything, okay? I said all persons shots fired.
Yeah, this nigga cooked.
Hey, no control. Squad, Sarge! Get him out of here! Hey, let's put him in handcuffs. Let's put this guy in handcuffs. Cuff. Hey, are you good? It's in the leg? Get his hand. Get his hand. I'm sleeping, okay? I'm sleeping.
Freeze over here. I need calls.
You good?
Are you okay?
I got him. Hey, secure that. Give me the firearms. Do not
touch anything.
Let's stay on there. I got it. Hey, guys, deep breath. Everybody deep breath, all right? Take a deep breath.
We got you. Take a deep breath. Take his vest off.
I can't. I broke the fucking thing off of his.
Okay, does he have a
Can we slide down up? Yeah, I turn it. tourniquet applied. Okay, so I went over there for the tourniquet applied, bro.
2239 for the tourniquet applied.
You did a sweep? You did a Yeah, sweep? yeah, yeah. Okay, hey. Shears, cut his ears, shears. I got it, I'll go over there, guys, I'll go over there.
Looks like officers are...
I got you.
256. Sir, shot in the leg. You good, bro?
Yeah, I see that. It's right here, it's right
Yeah,
here.
I see it.
I gotta apply first aid to this guy, man.
I cut pants, bro.
Hey. So he shot in the head. He shot in the head. Ed, just focus on the head.
It's okay, it's okay.
Are you able to lean up a little bit so I can take the belt?
Hey, I have to cut your pants, okay, bud?
If you are, just move back.
Come here. I got you.
Okay.
So hold this guy, hold this guy. Yeah, we're good.
Hey, Andrew's hit.
Andrew's hit.
Yeah, we got Andrew. Hey, come on, get up. Move. Pull up a car. Go left. You got the keys on you, Andrew? Hey, get out of the way. Get out the way. Get him in Sergeant's car. Open.
Now you guys see why female cops are so fucking useless 9 out of 10 times, bro.
Get in there. Slide. Get in with him, man.
Yeah, go.
So
Your hands.
So the guy ended up shooting one of the cops.
Stop resisting. Stop reaching. Stop fucking reaching.
Do not reach!
Give me your hands. Stop reaching. Watch him. Hey, bro, give me your hands.
I got shot in my head.
Give me your hands.
I got light.
Stop reaching.
Stop reaching!
Hey,
Nigga.
stop.
I'm trying to...
Oh man, so that's when he gets hit. And then he shoots him.
Andrew, stop. Shots fired. Granted comms. 256 to ready. Shots fired at the police. Andrew, you good? Send ambulance. Andrew's hit. Give me it. Tourniquet.
And this is Chicago PD. This is like their detective squad going in here. So yeah, let's go stop an individual later. A 19-year-old Nathaniel Fejerang. His officer approached Fejerang, fled on foot. Blah blah blah. Attempting to detain. A round was discharged, striking an officer in the leg. A separate officer discharged their weapon, striking Fejerang. Yeah, they didn't give a fuck about Fejerang or whatever the fuck his name is, bro. They cooked that nigga, man. But yeah. Retards, man. Absolute fucking retards. Especially Chicago. Lots of fucking gun crime, man. Lots of gun crime there. All right. So, guys, I am going to call it a night. Like I said before, not feeling too good, but we still got a stream done. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Okay, guys. 5 o'clock tomorrow. We'll cover the news. We'll cover Tucker and Nick. We'll cover Tatum. We'll cover the news in general. Okay. It's going to be a good time. So, I'll be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Love you, ninjas. I'll catch you guys back here. Join the OSS, only $1 to join. Get the merch. Discount code is in a Telegram. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. 5 p.m. ninjas. Peace out, guys.